He's got a ton in his brain.
You just tell me how dirty. I can keep it PG.
Beers.
Would you even supply us with beers?
Of course.
If you were a chick,
I was thinking we could pretend like we're in an episode of Bones. At the end, we find out it's D.B. Cooper's Bones we're working on.
It's not bad.
I've never seen Bones, so I was just going to vamp on what the show would be like, yeah.
I know it's Zooey Deschanel's sister, though. That's the main lady.
Is she Bones?
Really?
She's Bones.
She is Bones.
I think it's like her last name or something. It's not about Bones. They're just like...
Her last name is Bones?
It's kind of about Bones.
Well, have you seen BoJack Horseman?
I think...
There's a throwaway line in there where Mr. Peanut Butter's talking to Diane, and he's like, "Oh, I thought we were going to go home and watch Bones." And she's trying to leave him, and she goes, "I don't think you know what that show's really about." Mr. Peanut Butter's a dog,
we do
I guess,
either.
if you guys haven't seen it.
I definitely don't. I think it's kind of like a CSI type show, but she's also a doctor.
We can roll with it.
Yeah, let's just make shit up.
I think the farther we're off, the funnier it will be.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to derail immediately. Don't
Try
worry.
and act like we're referencing something and it's way off.
If at any point you don't know what to say, just start singing like Kelly Clarkson or any pop song you want to, and we'll be
Good,
we'll
I
be
don't
on
think
board.
I know any Kelly Clarkson songs.
Lukas has it
Blasphemy.
covered.
My sincere apologies. Master.
That's okay.
Master. Oh, wow.
It's formal.
I
Respect.
found the alpha in the group immediately, and I'm kissing his ass.
He's right.
Yeah, so how are we starting?
He is right.
He's
We're
so
gonna,
right.
We're going to be Bones. We're going to be an episode of Bones.
We're going to be Bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the end, it's D.B. Cooper's.
I'm still not exactly sure what we're doing, but I think we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
Oh, this is real? We're trying to plan some?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
this is the intro. James listened to the one, I forget what episode it was, but where we did the improv, the switch. And
Oh, yeah.
You guys tried to get me to say a gay slur, like, immediately.
yeah.
Because that's all that kept popping up in my head this entire movie.
You want me to say
That
it.
word he didn't want to say.
So for you, James, don't bump the table. That'll be number one.
Yeah.
I got small feet, don't worry.
You know what they say about small feet?
Yeah.
Big bones.
I'm going to have to turn them in, I thought.
We'll do a little intro, then we'll pause for 5 seconds. There'll also be 2 other 5-second pauses right after we decide what we're going to call our cat's facts. And then our other one will be
At the end of the
after
movie.
right after the movie, right before we do all our quotes, ratings, and reviews. I'll give you a cue.
Yeah.
Is this just so you can put in some music and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, we'll also pause for 5 seconds, like right when I hit record. Lukas and I will clap to sync the audio, and then we'll get into our little intro. So, otherwise, it's a free-for-all, really.
Yeah. It's a battle royale. Last
With
podcaster
cheese.
standing. With cheese. What?
A royale with cheese is what a quarter pounder is called in France.
Oh, okay. I knew that.
If you watched any movies, you would know.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He mostly watches D.B. Cooper-based things and Dougal.
We haven't started, right?
No.
No, not
Okay,
yet.
I need to take off my sweatshirt. I'm already getting hot.
Yeah.
You guys are making me all aroused.
It happens. I must be the omega of this group then. What's happening?
The ingenue.
What am I?
It's like the same thing. What are you?
You're like the
We
Who's
monkey.
that?
can't pick. It's 2023. You pick.
You're the monkey. You're not even part of this.
You're like we're like a street act and you're the little monkey in a tuxedo.
Great. Love being the little monkey in a tuxedo.
What an honor.
Okay, I guess we're doing bone shit.
Yep.
All right.
What bones is?
Do we sound okay over here?
No, but that's okay.
What sounds weird?
You sound like you're in a tunnel. Brandon does only.
Me? Now am I better?
No,
Oh,
that's okay.
I think it's
It-
because you're just muted.
Oh, now Seth's got it.
Oh no.
And
That's
what
all
about
right.
me?
Yeah, you're all auto-tuned. That's okay.
We're all auto-tuned.
I'm in love with a stripper.
Okay. Then let's do this.
All right. I don't want that to vibrate in the middle of everything. I've ruined this podcast too many times.
One, two, three, play.
This week on Bones.
Hey, it's me. I'm Bones. We're at a factory today.
Why you got all those
through-
bones
Huh?
with you?
What are you
Why
doing
you
with
got
all those bones?
It's a gift. My
For the factory workers?
from the factory workers. They just gave them to me.
Oh, they're a gift to you.
Yeah.
I thought you were giving them because you were firing them.
No. I wouldn't give up.
Bones, you're a
bones.
loose cannon.
I do the one thing, and I collect the bones. It's not that loose of a cannon.
Did you back the lab, Bones?
Okay.
Quit taking
Can I
it from
take?
people's bodies.
They were a gift from God.
Do you know whose bones those are, Bones?
No, I don't ask.
Isn't your job to find out, Bones?
Well, yeah, but
Bones,
Not
whose
gonna
bones
do
are
it.
yours?
What the fuck, Bones? You know, I haven't seen D.B. Cooper in a while.
yeah. Well, his bones are fine. I can promise.
Nobody has, really.
They're yeah. That was a weird segue.
Well, I'm glad they're not D.B. Cooper's bones.
Nope, not most of them.
Let it out, everyone.
And we're live.
We're not
From
live.
New York, it's Bones.
Starring Boney Moynihan.
A fucking skeleton.
And B.B. Cooper?
The skeleton fucks?
And for the first time in 45 years, D.B. Cooper
Is
on
joining the
Saturday Night Live.
podcast.
You think he'd be
Live from New
arrested
York.
if he came
Probably.
back? Or is the statute of limitations gone on that?
We could do a citizen's arrest.
I don't know
No.
what the statute of limitations is on air piracy.
It's not like he stole that much money.
Yeah, 200,000.
And they were acting, didn't they say they got it from 3 separate banks? One bank didn't have 200,000, or they just wanted to spread it out?
Yeah, so like one bank wouldn't take that big of a hit.
And they were asking for it. So,
Yeah, the way that bank was dressed.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Lukas agrees.
It's true.
What up, everybody?
Movies.
Yeah, we are doing movies here. We know all about that. That really got Seth.
Right out of the gate, man. It's nothing
yeah.
you can say.
Any diehard fans might know a different laugh, different voice in there. We got a guest. Seth has invited him on.
I did.
He did. Tell us about your guest.
This is a friend, James.
Drake, if you make eye contact.
Yeah.
I thought you were gesturing to me. I thought you were saying this is my
James.
friend Brandon.
Oh, that would have been good. No, I was gesturing to Brandon because we graduated high school, same class, same school, and everything with James here. So go way back. I actually didn't hang out until we accidentally crossed paths at Olive Garden again, though. I trained him, and then he trained me at a different restaurant.
Because when you're there, you're family.
Yeah, and we were.
My family.
And then we left that family because it was just horrible.
Yeah. We were the step kids.
Bad genes.
Yeah. Everyone looked like ogres.
Lukas, think
Yeah.
back to my wedding. Remember when we went to Old Chicago the night before?
Yeah,
James was our waiter.
Oh, shit.
I remember that.
I forgot about that.
I remember
Holy
this
shit,
guy.
I do remember that. I only worked at Old Chicago for like a week. I had a wedding I asked off for in the interview, and I was in the wedding, and they're like, "Yeah, we can get you that off." And it was that following weekend, and they scheduled me, and I didn't show up, so I didn't have a job any longer. So in the week I worked at Old Chicago, I served you the
Yeah.
food. That is awesome.
That was the bachelor's party.
Seth also showed up 45 minutes late, so then basketball was completely in the dark.
It's not at work or something.
No.
And I remember it took me a second to recognize you when I at the table. When
Yeah.
I was at the table, and it's like after I'm pretty sure I already met you again at Olive Garden by that time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
so
we're hanging
out of nowhere,
Yeah.
You show up, and I was like, oh, I really do know all these guys.
But not Lukas.
No. Or Carter, probably.
Or Carter. But
If I know one person in the group, I know everybody.
But
Hey, Lucas.
those are good.
Hi.
We've introduced ourselves now. Brandon, Lukas, Seth, James joining us,
Lorenz.
Big Dog,
Movies.
and movies. And we can get into it this week. Before I get into it this week, I've got some questions for you guys.
Shoot.
First question. Do you like the movie Without a Paddle?
Yes.
No.
It's fine.
They really were without a paddle, huh?
They really do be without a paddle.
And my other question is, do you like jerking off in the shower?
No.
Not in my own shower.
Yeah. Hotel showers all the way.
That's how every time. Yeah.
But
Sorry you found out this way, Brandon.
what if it doesn't rinse off in your own shower, and then you just got some
Clummy
aftermath? Yeah. You just got some rubbery aftermath there. I guess maybe I should check my diet, but
Yeah, I guess. Maybe?
I got toxic water.
Well, if you answered yes to liking the movie Without a Paddle or jerking off in the shower, you've come to the right place. This is the good, the bad, and the movies.
Mhm.
And this week, we watched... Thank you. I was surprised Lukas didn't say it.
Yeah.
He's used up all his movies already.
I did.
But this week, we watched Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper, which came out in 2014. Seth recommendation.
I did, yeah.
He did.
How'd you
I
come
did.
across this, Pigner?
It was... I actually found it either the night before or during recording of A Talking Cat. I was looking through Eric Roberts' like IMDb, like his movies, because he was, Julia Roberts' brother, Emma Roberts' dad. I thought maybe he'd been in something better than A Talking Cat. And I was looking through it.
Remember he was an Oscar nom?
For what?
I can't remember.
That's fair. But I saw Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper, and I mean the title was just too enticing.
How could you not?
And I thought I sent it to you guys in the group chat, and I was like, check this out. Look at this shit.
We
guess
bumped
I won't
Ishtar
spoil.
for it.
We did bump Ishtar. We're never doing Ishtar.
We are doing Ishtar.
He's so scared.
That'll be the next episode that comes out after this.
Unless someone suggests something completely random in the group chat by then.
Backdoor Bandits 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
get bumped for Ishtar.
We do need to do the skateboard kid at some point.
Yeah. Well, thank you for suggesting this.
Yeah, no problem.
I
I'd love to
really
take credit for
appreciated
this.
it, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And before we get into it completely, we're drinking beers.
We're drinking beers.
I got us Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company's Mountain Man Scotch Ale. I thought Mountain Man, like D.B. Cooper was in the mountains, but also Bigfoot.
Yeah,
It's got a bearded man on it.
yeah.
6.5% alcohol, 20 IBUs. Does it say anything like they rate it really well? I can't remember which one it does it.
It's not California.
Yeah,
or
that's
Mother
what it
Earth
was.
Brewing, is it?
100% awesome.
It's always 100% on the awesome scale.
It's got barley malt, honey, and water. So,
Barley malt.
out of Great Falls, Montana. Lucas,
Yeah,
what are you drinking?
a protein shake and a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Cream soda? Yeah. Of
Cream
course.
soda.
What do we think of the beers? I've never had it before.
I like it.
It's good.
I think it's pretty good.
It's not,
Yeah, Lucas likes it.
He's a big beer guy.
Yeah.
it's, not the best Scotch ale, though, for sure. Definitely some better Montana Scotch ales out there.
Cold smoke?
Oh, yes.
We
Cold
did
smoke
Cold
rocks.
smoke like a fifth time.
Yeah, we've done cold smoke quite a few times. But we're through drinks, so let's get into the movie. And you've already kind of brought this up to Eric Roberts. We have another tie here with our director, David Dakota.
He sounds familiar, Brandon.
That's why I said it's a familiar name. You are on
Rings
it
a bell.
today.
Weird
It
deja
does.
vu going on over here.
Every time a bell rings,
Don't do it.
David Dakota makes a movie.
Yeah. Nice.
Mom's gonna like that one.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its David Dakota.
No, you're not making it better right now.
What do you do?
But he does. Yes, he rings a bell because some of his filmography. We got Creepazoids, Sorority Babes, and the Slime Bolorama.
Ooh, that's right. That's what we should push Ishtar for.
No,
We should watch that.
that's basically Ishtar, anyways.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never seen Ishtar.
I haven't seen either of them. I have seen Ishtar.
He's done Dr. Alien, The Beach Babes from Beyond, Petticoat Planet, The Leather Jacket Love Story, Talisman.
Is this the guy, the Lost Pastor guy?
Nope. Wolves of Wall Street, Santa's Summer House,
The
and
brokers are all
Easter Bunny
werewolves.
Puppy. Yeah, they are.
That's real.
But
That's
they're
real.
they're brokers that once a month turn into werewolves.
Shit. And it was before Wolf of Wall
That's right.
Street, so Scorsese stole the idea.
Lucas keeps being like, all these ringing a bell, but he
Yeah.
can't remember which one it was. An Easter Bunny Puppy, Badass Showdown, 90210 Shark Attack, Asian Ghost Story.
Is it 90210 Reno, Nevada?
No, that's Beverly Hills.
Okay.
A Husband for Christmas, A Talking Pony,
Oh yeah.
and A Talking Cat.
There it is.
Those are two separate movies.
Those are two. Yeah,
It's not a talking pony colon a talking cat.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, they
That
got
movie
two
would
of them.
fuck.
Same plot line, just different animal talking in it.
Yeah, basically. They just got two stories running simultaneously. They never meet up in the middle. It's
By
just
the same
separate
director.
movies.
So
Yeah.
now that
It's
this
kind
is
of like
bigger
Bigfoot and D.B. Cooper, two completely different storylines that really don't meet up in the middle. They are forced to.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Brandon. We still got the movie to get to.
So yeah, good old David Dakota. What do we think of this compared to A Talking Cat, James?
I guarantee a talking cat's better, and I've never seen it.
I think you nailed it. I think yeah.
I completely don't remember anything about a talking cat at all. What happened in that one?
Remember there was a talking cat?
Yeah, but I get that mixed up with Love on a Leash, where there's a talking dog.
So it was the
That's
talking
true.
cat, but he could only talk to a human once.
That's the
And he-
rules.
And there was
They never
the
discussed
there was
rules.
the
They
tree
just said
with the
that's
shoes
Oh.
on.
The tree with shoes. I told
Wait.
James about the tree with shoes.
Remember he lost his
stilettos.
color in the woods, and he's trying to get them all together. And the
Does he
cheese
get hit by a
puffs.
car at the end?
Yeah,
He
he gets hit
does.
by a car, and then they're like,
Okay.
the
Is
one
there a
guy's
gay
like,
kid?
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
Like,
not, but he
clearly.
is. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
The swimming, and then
okay.
they're like, we need to get him help, and he's like, oh, there's a collar in the woods somewhere, and they put it on, and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
glows and
yeah.
floats.
The best
The
part of the
ugliest
movie.
protagonist.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy sucked. He looked
the
so
software billionaire.
bad. Yeah. The best part of the movie is when then the cat says, "I'm Duffy. I'm a talking cat."
And then
Yeah.
he has finger guns.
He did do.
That's
finger
pretty
guns.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, I don't know. What did we give that one? I probably
We-
gave it like a 7 or something.
You did. You did. 7 out of 10. Seth and I were like 1.7 and maybe 2.1 or something.
Yeah.
No,
I kinda-
Seth was probably 2.0 because he wouldn't have done an odd number unless it's 7.3.
Yeah.
I think Dakota has some strengths.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Lucas loves really bad movies.
And then
Not always.
writers, you got Harvey Scheinman, who did 3 Wicked Witches and 666 Creepy Carrie. But Kreepy Kerry.
K.
Yeah.
Okay.
There should have been one more K, so it was like KKK too.
It was
With the
CREPEE. Carrie.
No,
Crepey.
because she loves pancakes.
She was a pancake the whole time.
That'd be a good movie. And then your other writers, David Dakota.
Oh.
He's done Creepazoids. They're not all the same, I promise.
I thought you were about to run it back.
Yeah.
Some of them are. Creepazoids, Chick Boxer,
Okay.
That sounds fun.
It does.
The Leather Jacket Love Story, Final Stab, one that's just called Leeches with an exclamation point.
Leeches?
Yeah.
Huh.
The Badass Showdown, Speed Demon, The Raven, Body Blow. He did the whole 1313 film series. You know, those classics.
Yeah.
There were 13 of them.
He did 13 of them.
Of the 1313s.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you differentiate?
I think you numbered them. There's
13, 13, 1, 13, 13, 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
goodness.
He did Wicked Witches, 90210 Shark Attack, Sorority Slaughterhouse. Loves to kill sororities.
Yeah, apparently.
Asian Ghost Story, and The Bloody Blacksmith.
His Asian Ghost Story.
Yeah.
Good name.
He directed that too. That's his baby.
Dakota's
Ghost
the one.
Story.
He's made like 160 movies, right? And he has like 9 different monikers and
Yes.
aliases.
He's
Just
sick.
he doesn't want everybody to think that he sucks, so
He has
sometimes
cancer.
he pretends he's a woman when he end the credits. Like he'll just put a different name in there.
He's on a tour.
He's
in
sick.
a way, he's an auteur. Auteur.
He's a sickly man.
He's on a tour.
And then a cast for you. It's a big cast. You got Jordan Rodriguez,
Hunk.
Liam Watkins.
What's that?
Hunk.
Rodriguez, he's a good-looking man.
Oh my God, he was so hot.
He probably was the most attractive one.
I should have quoted myself because I was sitting down here watching it myself, and the first thing I go, "Oh my God, he's fucking hot."
Are you telling me you
cut.
didn't quote yourself?
I don't remember. I
Okay.
might have, but Jordan Rodriguez, Liam Watkins,
Hot.
DJ Aiken,
Not hot.
Kyle George,
Not hot.
Keith Metcalf,
Not hot.
Adam Graff,
He's pretty hot.
Terrence J. Rotolo.
That was D.B. Cooper. He was not hot.
That was D.B. Cooper.
He had money, though.
So he's
Nils,
hot.
Did have money. And
this guy's name
sunglasses.
is Nils Allen Stewart,
Yeah, that's Bigfoot. He's
Yeah.
also not hot.
Probably.
and Eric Roberts.
Who did Eric Roth? Was he the narrator?
Yeah, he was the narrator.
Yeah.
Found that tinny in the bathroom again.
It wasn't as tinny.
Not quite.
pretty
Still
tinny.
bad.
He always is in David Dakota films.
Yeah.
Probably
they must
golf
be good
buddies.
friends or something.
Yeah,
Some golf buddies.
it's just like Tippi Hedren in the Birdemic movies.
Yeah, I think that was mostly an illegal friendship. I think he just kept using her name without.
Yeah, that's true. I saw Birdemic last
Better
night in
ones.
theaters for April Fools.
That's
the
sick.
Babcock. They showed the birds at 3:30,
Oh yeah.
and then at 8 they showed Birdemic
What a
I
legend.
can't hear Tippi Hedren's name the same anymore, man.
without Tippi Hedren vagina.
Yeah.
But
Gross.
I watched it, and there wasn't a lot of people there, and there was a group of people behind us that were yelling the whole movie. Like, take a look at this driving scene! Oh my God.
Did you take a look, though?
Yeah, I did. I had to.
It was good advice, you know.
They were doing a podcast.
Yeah,
God,
shouting
it
in
was-
a movie theater podcast.
This lady that kept shouting, she was like 0 for 60 on like one-liners during the movie.
Oh no.
Some people did say some funny things, like shouting it out, but
Sure.
she was bad.
Yeah, she's bombing out there.
But I did overhear her say that they did the room there at the Babcock, and they invited Greg Sestero there so that they could do a meet and greet and do autographs and stuff.
My friend went to that and got to play catch with him with the football. They recreated this scene.
In tuxedos?
He probably wore a tuxedo too. And he was a huge fan of the room. He was a big movie buff. We should have had him on before he moved. Movie. Yeah, he used to do like Oscar version of fantasy football, where they would draft movies instead. It was pretty sick.
Jim
And they had
Joe.
trophies made. The losing one was the winning one was like the Infinity Gauntlet, and the losing one was also the Infinity Gauntlet, but it was made out of dildos instead. And they just like taped shit around
I
it.
thought
for
it was
5
filled
gems.
with shit.
It was what?
Filled with shit.
It probably was.
It will
Gin
be
Joe.
after a couple uses.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, that's our cast.
Dildo trope.
Good old David Dakota, all of his
Couple uses.
returners. And a quick plot for you guys is that when several young hunters arrive at a secluded lodge in the Pacific Northwest, little do they know that they will become the hunted.
Yeah. Several young hunters, because all their names were Hunter.
They're all Hunter Hash.
Yeah.
One was Cameron. I remember
What'd you say?
Cameron. There's Cameron.
I don't think Cameron was a name.
I remember Noel.
I remember
Morgan.
Lou.
That's it. Morgan.
I
That's
only
it.
remember
Morgan.
Bernie. That was the only name I heard.
Bernie.
And that was the
You
main
piece it
character
together.
that came at, what, like 15 minutes before it ended? It was
Yeah,
the first time I
it
heard
is
his name.
till the end.
It was terrible because they didn't say any names. So when they're hunting, I was like, the 2-man group with the main guy is them, and then there's the 3-man group, and then the jack-off guy in the shower.
They're mostly identifiable by their body types for me.
Yeah.
There was the shorter Latino guy that didn't want to take off his shirt a lot.
Yeah.
I was surprised when he took it off, and he was ripped. Now, I really feel bad for the short, chubbiest one on that jog scene because that went on for like 20 minutes.
God,
and
he
you
was
could
the
see
worst
him out of
actor.
breath. But him yelling, I guess I shouldn't skip way ahead.
We'll get there.
I'll give Hunter Hatch's props. He's a better actor than all these guys.
Yeah.
But his body,
He's more in shape than the short, chubby guy.
probably. Yeah.
I think he is.
So it's history time. I know history.
Huh.
That was a quick history.
It's a quick history lesson. There was more history in the movie about D.B. Cooper than fucking I found in my research.
Some real footage too.
Every couple of minutes, a 45-segment history lesson about D.B. Cooper.
Well, there's the first one, then I don't think the next one came for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I
it was a lot.
Cooper was a part of the movie.
Yeah.
Forget about him.
Just sit through a couple of montages.
So, history's done. It means it's budget time. James, you want to sing our budget song?
I'll make it up. This is budget time.
That's
Yeah.
short and sweet.
That's decent.
Staccato.
Hire me.
He went from high pitch to staccato. Yeah,
It's,
I liked it.
Why does it sound
A stinger
familiar?
at the end of a commercial. I like it.
Discover Montana Fair.
Should I redo it?
Yeah, do a different one.
Alright. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking about money. Budget.
Nice.
Nice.
2 for 2.
They were both
Let's
right.
give.
I said the word budget in bold. Okay.
That's
Even
really
said
all
money
you need
in
to do. So yeah, it's the budget bitch time.
Yeah.
Budget bitch, going downtown with the budget bitch. Watch out! Yeah.
That's our licensed one. We have that one licensed.
What do we think the budget of this film was?
You don't have any numbers on this.
Oh, you do?
When
He
you
doesn't.
subscribe to IMDb Pro, you can.
Really?
That's a feature. Find out what these shitty films
You
paid
pay,
for it.
yeah. You pay extra to see what this movie costs, and then realize you paid more than what this movie costs. I'm gonna say $15 then.
I'll bounce it up to $1,200.
Better
I'll
guess.
say $150,000.
Did you say 50 or 150?
150, Brandon.
That
Wow.
was a nice house they rented out.
That is
That's true.
it looked like the same house from A Talking Cat a little bit.
He just
No.
owns
But
this
there was no
house.
spiral staircase,
And
so
then
we know.
no tree with shoes.
It wasn't the porno shoot house.
Debatable.
You're right.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, that house did not belong in the Pacific Northwest forest. Like, what the fuck was that?
It was an abandoned house. Abandoned cabin.
And well furnished.
Well furnished abandoned house. We all know one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't find a budget. I don't subscribe to IMDb Pro.
Yeah.
It's $20 a month,
You're rich.
Find out what.
so you can edit IMDb pages.
So it becomes Wikipedia.
Pretty much.
You're telling me all the information I read and take as fact is just written by some people that don't know how to really spend their money.
Yeah. Or it's probably like actual like movie intellectuals. They probably limit who can be on there. Like if you start to just put random shit, they'll cut you off. But I should edit the Mel page.
Yeah.
Because we know that.
We have a couple more facts about it now.
No budget, no box office. I doubt this ever made it to theaters. Do we have a guess of what this would have made?
I mean,
think
yeah,
started out
it literally
negative.
can't go to the theaters. can't show this at a theater.
Why not?
Maybe like an adult theater.
Yeah, maybe it made money in those.
I bet
say
it probably made. I don't know. It was pretty hard to track down. It probably made $300,000 in DVD and sales and offline stuff like that.
I spent $2 on it today.
And the title sells it. The title, I mean, it got...
The title's so misleading.
Yeah. It does draw you in, and not being able to find any information on it, it wouldn't, like, nothing would turn you off the movie. It's almost more like, wow, this is a movie that like, nobody else has seen. I should definitely rent this. I would say like 10,000.
Yeah, my guess is probably like 100,000. Nothing in theaters, but yeah, like DVD sales and whatnot. I bet it probably broke even, sadly, which is stupid.
It has 400
Just
watches
wishing for
on
downfall.
Letterboxd, so if it's $2 a pop for each one of those, that's some money.
That's $800. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
at least.
At least.
I'm happy that you brought up Velocipaster because when Seth was asking James if he wanted to be on, he showed him the list of the movies, and Seth was like, "What the hell is DB Cooper or Bigfoot versus DB Cooper?" And I thought, like, if we had the Velocipaster still on here, everybody would see that and be like, "What the fuck is the Velocipaster?" I'm gonna say now, I think the Velocipaster was so much better than this.
It has its strengths too.
That music video, oh fuck.
Yeah, the sex scene was a high point for sure.
That sex scene fucked. I'll have to show you guys that.
Literally.
It's awesome. But
Good.
with that, it's time for taglines. Right at the bottom, Seth.
James, you want to read the taglines?
Right at the bottom.
Verbatim? Speak up. Get your voice out there.
Now the truth can be told.
That's
Nice.
it. That's the only
That's
one.
the only one.
Yeah.
What truth were they looking for?
What happened to DB Cooper? Or Bigfoot?
Or the truth about Bigfoot, yeah. That's a good
They were
tagline.
on a bachelor party and brought their buddy to hunting, even though his buddy doesn't hunt. Was that not the beginning? They're like,
That's true.
I'm still confused.
Was it a bachelor party or was it just bros?
No, it was a batch. It was like a last getaway, they said.
Last hoorah, and he's a lover, not a killer.
So we're stealing quotes, I see.
Ah, shit.
The
Jump
movie,
the gun, I couldn't wait.
Look what
This
you've
is
done,
ridiculous.
the movie only had like 9 minutes of dialogue, so it's really hard to pick.
Yeah. You could have quoted the whole thing and still been fine.
Brandon definitely did.
Quoted the whole movie?
Yeah, you probably have 19 quotes.
I think I have 8.
I have my favorite quote, so let me get it before you start listing
Okay.
yours, because you got it for sure.
That'll be later.
All right, but I'm just saying, let me go first.
Okay.
Because that's all.
Why then, Brandon?
Taglines of our own?
When legends collide.
We're just doing good taglines now. We're not like making.
I was gonna say Bigfoot versus DB Cooper.
It's bad.
It's basically the title, just the tagline.
Yeah. But you've chosen a side apparently. Like you're rooting for
Big-
Bigfoot, obviously.
Yeah. Big monstrous beast versus Bigfoot. Little misdirection
Nice.
there.
Who is Direction?
What?
Mrs.
Misdirection.
Direction to you.
Wouldn't you just ask who is misdirection then again? Why would you get rid of her title?
I don't know.
I don't have anything.
You lost me a while ago.
Yeah. We're making our own
Doctor
taglines.
Direction.
Oh,
Yeah, because taglines almost always suck. So we're just like,
They're
oh, check this out.
squatching their beef. Yeah, I got nothing else.
That's good.
Aroused by men? ...
Yeah. Question mark.
Will Bigfoot go down by a BB gun?
Bigfoot versus BB.
BB Cooper.
I
That's
was-
good.
Ooh, I was gonna say, you know what they say about big feet, and that's just gonna be it. It leaves you hanging.
That's good.
Gene Simmons would love this.
Lead singer Kiss?
Yeah,
I thought that was the workout guy. Who's that?
that's Russell
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons.
Russell Simmons is a rapper.
Russell Simmons is a rapper.
No.
Bill Simmons.
He's a comedian.
Ben Simmons.
I'm thinking of Eric Sermon.
That's a running back.
No, that's not
That's
a
Trey Sermon. It's Afghani.
We're going more and more down a rabbit hole here.
There's so many names out there.
All right. Poster.
Squatch facts?
Well, I was
Are we-
actually going to have us discuss the poster because we didn't have any budget or basically taglines or history.
Give us something to do.
We could do each other like they did.
Only if we watch the movie.
What do you guys think of this poster?
I like it. It's like reminiscent of the sort of old school Universal monster movies.
Yeah, I see
It
that.
It looks like a little
Yeah.
swamp creature.
like
Oh my god!
It's like a classic sort of Bigfoot deal.
That's the first photo on IMDb.
That's the first photo
Yeah,
in
well-
Brandon's camera roll.
I thought we were going
Yeah,
to
it is.
camera roll.
Is that Marina wearing a Bigfoot hand?
Yeah, but that's still not you.
I'm going to say right now, I got real trim real quick.
I do like the poster, honestly. I think it's pretty cool. As ridiculous as the movie title is and what you would assume the plot of it is, the poster's pretty cool.
Poster
It looks
bands.
nice. Yeah. Poster fucks.
There was one that I saw, whatever the one on Vimeo was. It was like that same Bigfoot, but instead of DB Cooper in front of him holding a briefcase, it was just shirtless men around it. And I was
I
like,
saw that one.
Yeah.
That's the one I saw.
We were renting it, yeah. They were like silhouetted into
Yeah.
the background. You clearly had a good poster and you ruined the hell out of it.
but I do
Or you know
agree.
your audience.
It kind of gives me like swamp creature vibes, like old horror movie style.
Yeah. King Kong.
Mothman.
Yeah.
The creature, the blue lagoon. What is it?
Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon. I
So
always
close.
doubloons.
Oh, I love gold.
I love gold. What is that from anyway?
Gold member.
Okay. You said that before. I've asked, haven't I?
On Sea of Thieves, I made us join the gold hoarders and only do their missions because I love gold.
Yeah. You keep saying, and now I've been saying it whenever I play, and I don't know what I'm saying.
You're a pirate. What else could you do?
That's fair.
So
That's the
that's
goal.
poster. We like it.
like it.
Facts time. You said already Squatch facts.
Facts, Squatch.
DB facts.
There's got to be a good one. There's so many words in this title. We're naming our facts right now. We're gonna get into the facts, and we gotta have like a pun around it.
DB Cooper versus
Like it.
Big Facts. Big Facts versus
Ooh.
DB Cooper.
Big facts versus DB Cooper is pretty good.
That's not bad.
Put the facts in the
Sure.
bag.
No, we can't keep.
I
This is a
I
put
think I'll
the
put
facts in the bag. This is a hold
I
up.
think that's a good one, actually. We should do
Yeah.
that.
We can't keep doing that.
It's a good.
Monkey
Backdrop
facts.
Facts.
That's good. There weren't a lot of fires in the movie, though. Almost zero.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, "Stop dropping facts." I think we should put a pin in that because it'll be good for Ishtar.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it?
Yeah, it's great for Ishtar. You wouldn't know because you haven't seen it. But
Yeah, I don't listen to the podcast. Either.
We're never gonna see it.
We
Doesn't
are.
matter if
I
we listen to the
promise
podcast.
you. I like Big Facts versus DB Cooper.
big facts.
Facts a day keeps the doctor away.
That's good. Two in the hand. One in the hand is
I was
worth
just
two
gonna
in
say
the
that.
facts.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it's
just
good.
gonna say one of the facts in the bush.
Yeah,
Hear me out.
I'm listening.
Half your age plus facts.
Jesus.
all I
That's my favorite.
That's what we're doing.
all I was gonna say was just put the facts in the bag again.
That was your
Hear me out. Put the facts in the bag. This is a hold up.
I really want to do half your age plus facts.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Because a little chubby one was probably, I don't know.
All right. I guess it's half your age plus facts time.
Nice.
Probably the worst named facts we've ever. I mean, it's the best, but like, It does
The
not
least
have toilet
aptly
at all.
named.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat's facts would have been better somehow.
Yeah, some way.
Some way, somehow. All right, Seth, tell us about our first fact.
Our first fact. Actually, James, why don't you take this one away?
Dirty dog.
Because you do have a fact for this.
Oh, I just trying to figure out how to watch this movie, which was ridiculously hard. I stumbled across a Reddit post who claimed to be a crew member, and he said it was shot in under 2 weeks, as well as lots of the people that worked on the crew were hired off of Craigslist and made $8 an hour.
Nice. It was funny.
Economical.
I was watching this and I was
Ouch!
like,
Ouch! Get out of here!
Was that Alex?
No, that was the cat.
he just got fucking attacked by Bigfoot.
Was
Sorry.
that D.B. Cooper biting your bones?
Oh, Bigfoot doesn't attack him. D.B. Cooper does.
D.B. Cooper turns. Sorry.
Bigfoot. Oh,
That's actually a good fact. I was watching this and the whole time I was thinking, this had to have taken like 3 days to. Like, if we tried to make this movie,
Yeah.
it would take super long because we'd have to get into shape for it. But
Yeah.
they could
Some
have done
half
it in
of
3
us.
days.
yeah. We could just keep our shirt on. I mean, there's 75% of the movie is
Can't.
running
Nope.
scenes on a trail.
We'd lose
Non-negotiable.
it.
Lucas says we have to get ripped.
Well, it'd be a different movie.
Yeah.
That's part of what makes
The-
it this movie.
I don't know. Seth and I were talking during it. It's like, wouldn't this be better if there's just like one big fat dude flexing in the mirror with that BB gun?
Yeah. During the montage.
It kind of
scene.
was, yeah.
Kinda, but Chris Farley-esque was the word that James used.
Just imagine him getting down, and then randomly someone throws a table behind him and he falls through it.
Yeah, because that's classic Chris Farley.
Yeah, fatty fall.
They all live in that mansion, but he lives in a van down by the river.
And they didn't let him in, so he's giving the pep talk to Bigfoot.
Is Bigfoot a euphemism for a fat man? Damn.
Damn, this movie goes deep.
I thought Bigfoot was closer to God.
There was a different fact I was thinking of that you told me earlier. I don't know if it was the same Reddit post, but you said somebody had claimed that the craft services table cost more than the movie did.
The same post on that, he said he remembers a little bit from it since it was so long ago, but he goes, that was some of the best food I've ever had, and I'm pretty sure it cost more than the entire movie. So the most of their budget was for catering. It almost sounded like the director was like, you know what, I want to eat good for a weekend. Let's shoot a movie and get this on.
I've heard,
Yeah, documentary.
I've heard the key to having happy actors is a good craft table. So not good actors, but happy actors.
Some Wagyu. Some
Snails.
Some chorizo fried rice.
Oh,
Ooh, no honeydew though.
no honeydew. Garbage fruit.
Keep that off.
No
the
relish tray in general. Nobody ever eats the relish trays of the party. And my mom was always like, let's get 2.
I kind of munch on it. Makes me feel like I eat healthy.
Everybody munches on it, but I throw away 1 3/4 relish trays every time.
It's so funny your mom is getting like throwing strays at her for no reason.
Just throwing shade.
My
At
mom always
Karen.
buys 2 crudité platters at Super Bowl parties, and it's making me sick.
I just need it to stop. Mom, if you're hearing this.
This is an intervention. No more charcuterie boards. No more crudités.
No, charcuterie's fine.
Just
People
bring
love
me
meat and
Wagyu.
cheese.
Just Wagyu. Yeah. Just raw Wagyu beef patties.
With a little bit of salt and pepper.
That does sound good.
That does.
Pepper.
Fuck, I'm hungry now. I didn't eat lunch.
You fool.
And I'm drinking 3 beers. My first fact is that it's actually a returning fact. So if you've listened to Without a Paddle, you've heard it. This is for James. On July 8, 2016, the FBI officially closed the D.B. Cooper investigation after 45 years. D.B. Cooper was the name that reporters gave to a man who, in 1971, hijacked an airliner, extorted $200,000 from its owner, Northwest Orient, and parachuted off the airborne plane with 21 pounds of $20 bills strapped to his body. He was never caught, and it is generally assumed that he did not survive the parachute landing.
Case closed.
How could they not find a parachute hanging from a tree or something? 'Cause of course, they don't know where he jumped, but don't they know the direction he was going? Can't they just backtrack a wee bit, fly over?
Probably.
There's all
But
sorts of stuff.
is
Like
he
it was
an
a
FBI
crazy
agent?
stormy night. He could have landed in like a giant area because they have like a 5-minute radius of when he could have jumped or not. He might not have even opened the parachute. He might have just fell right away. It's all sorts of stuff could have happened. I
The
believe they
Bermuda
found.
Triangle might have sucked him up.
I believe
That's
they
true.
found some of the money, like 5,000 of the dollars or something, in a river bank somewhere in Oregon. I think that's true. So I would think it's pretty generally believed he died.
Or he died in a little underground cave thing, like in Without a Paddle.
Could have.
That does
probably
seem likely, yeah. And then his friend stole his bones.
You're right. 200,000 is not a lot.
Yeah,
If
but
you get away
70s
with
money.
it, gotta stay on the run. You can't even afford the run for more than a year.
No,
In the
in
70s
70s
you
money,
could.
he could have bought the Mets.
Then
Look
he'd
up the
be
price
losing
of the
money.
Mets in 1971.
1973 would have been $1.4 million today.
Still not
So he
worth
probably
a
could have bought
robbery.
the Mets.
No,
He
you
probably
can't buy
could have
the
owned the
Mets.
Mets.
No, but Mets, like today, or the Mets are like billions of dollars.
He said 1.4 million.
Yeah, what did I just say?
Billions.
Yes.
Close enough. One letter.
What?
In 3 decimal places.
In
Oh,
1980, the Mets sold them for $20 million. So I think it's pretty feasible. I think it's pretty close. He could have bought the Mets.
He could have been partial owner.
he could
like
have bought his
Jay-Z.
way onto the team.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays for the
He
Mets.
did.
That's where DB Cooper was hiding, on a team nobody cares
He's
about.
Daryl
Until he
Strawberry.
got caught betting on his own team.
He was
Daryl
He was
Strawberry.
Pete Rose. He was
Yeah.
Pete Rose. He was
Betting.
Daryl Strawberry.
Well,
Can we sidetrack? Like, Pete Rose shouldn't have been condemned so much. He always bet on his own team. It's not like he was going to throw the game, right? Can we stop putting Dragon Pete Rose
He was
through
just
the dirt?
I
so
think Calvin
confident
Ridley
of
would
himself.
agree with you about that.
Yeah. Because it's like, of course, he should have been betting, but he bet on his own team every single time. Not 24/7. I'm just like, poor Pete Rose.
We lost Skeevy.
We did lose
It's a-
Stevie.
It's a funny bit to think that, like, DB Cooper was hiding in an irrelevant franchise, right?
That's crazy.
Right.
That's absolutely asinine.
He played for the Coyotes in the NHL.
NHL.
He played for the Eagles before Michael Vick.
He was
They were relevant. They were in a Super Bowl.
he was actually the main character in that movie Invincible. It was DB Cooper. He was the guy that did,
Holly.
yeah. He did the open tryouts.
I think you're right.
Stevie.
That's Seth.
Yeah, we're skeevy. I'm skeevy.
No, I'm over here now.
Yeah,
What up,
I'm
Brandon?
skeevy.
What up? All right. My next fact, there was not a lot out there, but I found what I could. There are 3 IMDb's, 0 quotes. There's like nothing on IMDb. So I had to dig a little bit, but Linnea Quigley, who I didn't put in my cast, is the top billed despite having only 1 line of voiceover dialogue and never appearing in the film.
Yeah, no females
was-
appear in the film on screen.
This did not pass the Bechdel test.
No.
Back to the
I mean, it's
facts.
intentional,
In that
but-
same Reddit post, lots of the crew members supposedly asked the director if they were making a gay porno, and
Yeah.
the director would respond, "No, I'm making this for
Linnea Quigley.
Yeah. And also, as they respond, we have no idea who that is. We've never heard of her in our lives. Never seen her or anything.
I'm honestly surprised Eric Roberts isn't the top billed.
A mistake, to be sure.
That's where it went wrong.
Yeah.
From the
They're
first
banking
part
on
was billing.
Julian Rodriguez becoming a top model or something, and eventually be like, oh, let's check out this movie he made 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But they should have made Eric
He's
Roberts.
fucking hot.
They're waiting for him to become a Taylor Lautner type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people dig up his old shitty movies.
His bones.
his Shark Boy."
Next fact is that the
fact.
actor that plays DB Cooper also voices Frank West in David Duchovny's Dead Rising and Dead Rising 2.
Okay.
So he's another
That's cool.
kind of like
Buddy.
returning guy. Yeah.
It seemed like he had the most acting skills.
The others didn't even
This is the most
act, they
classic
just ran.
actor. Yeah, I think you're right.
Next fact was This was on Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst. There was Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper, Black Cougar, and Raw Force. The entire panel declared that it was the worst movie they've ever watched in the entire history of the series.
They're a little harsh on that.
Sorry.
Huh?
On what?
Red Letter Media.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was that Reddit post that James and I keep bringing up. There's a subreddit for those guys, and that's how they like heard about the movie in the first place. A lot of them.
I think they kind of do what we do.
I think so too. I think they have a series on their podcast. It's the Best of the Worst, I think, is what it's called. And this movie was in the top 10 somewhere of the worst things they've ever seen in their lives.
Well, my
Can't
fact
say the
was my fact was on Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst.
Okay, sorry.
So if you just listen,
I don't listen
to
to
the
podcasts when I'm
fucking
on the
podcast.
podcast. I was writing a quote I just remembered. I wanted to get it before I forgot, and I
That's fair.
zoned out for
Ouch.
like 5 minutes.
And my last fact for you is not nominations. It was not nominated for anything, but it does
Like a Golden
fall.
Trailer Award.
No, the Golden Schmoes or anything. It falls on our IMDb bottom 100. Now, it didn't have enough reviews to actually make the list.
Sure.
But when I look at the list, like I have with, like, the Star Wars Holiday Special and stuff like that.
Pastor, shit like that.
Yeah, it falls on here. So, this ranked number 5 of the worst movies of all time, according to IMDb.
There's no
Others that... they don't get it.
They don't get it.
The others that we have done on this point were number 4, Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. Dirt Cameron.
That's so much worse than this. This one is just like a romp. That one is like
A
an
romp?
attempt at evil.
A romp
This
in
is
the
a romp.
hay, maybe.
Yeah, that's part of
I'm
it.
going to say right now, a talking cat runs laps around this.
I don't know about laps. Laps like a cat drinking milk, maybe.
Yeah. A talking cat.
Yeah.
Sipping on tuna chunks in water.
I'm not hungry anymore.
Other ones we've done is Birdemic 2, The Resurrection at number 9.
A good film.
Birdemic at number 12.
Another good film.
Hottie and the Naughty, number 15.
Not bad. Yeah.
The Star Wars Holiday Special at 19.
Very,
Of course.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You seen the Star Wars Holiday
Yeah.
Special?
Oh, it was like a recording off a phone on YouTube. It
Yeah.
popped up in my recommended.
They recommended it to you?
Yeah.
And you watched all 80
Well,
minutes?
because I was playing like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic a lot, and I was trying to 100% it on the achievements on Steam. So, I look up a bunch of stuff in this. So then my YouTube has a bunch of Star Wars stuff in it. They're like, why not throw this at him? Watching video game videos.
And instead
you
you get a
watched-
Brady Bunch-esque drama.
So you
Featuring
watched
the
Itchy
Wookiees.
jerk off in the living room on Christmas in front of his family?
Yeah, I definitely don't remember that. Is that real?
That's real.
I do not remember.
He
that
watches a
part.
porno.
I feel like I would have been traumatized.
It's
Cam
I do
girl.
not remember that whatsoever, and I feel like that would have stuck quite a bit.
sure you watch that one of these nights.
Fuck. No, not now.
You should listen to that podcast. Seth cried. Seth had a panic attack. He had to leave.
I had like doing that movie. I had like a straight panic attack when we were talking about it. I was laughing so hard. I don't know what it turned into, but I had to like leave the room. I went out. Brandon's wife Marina's just like, "You okay?" She's genuinely concerned. I got like, tears in my eyes. I can't breathe, and she's like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know right now."
What else is on the list, Brandon?
Cats at number
Bad.
43. You haven't even seen Cats.
Wait, is it the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
That's
take your guys'
great.
word.
I'm
James
so glad.
Dragon Wars, number 76.
Bad.
With the Amugi and the
Yeah,
Yiju
war
and the
sucks.
Baraki.
Could you say
At
those
least the
one more
Great
time?
Wall was fucking cool. That one's
Amugi.
I listened to your guys' Great Wall, and honestly, it makes me want to watch it.
Yeah.
was good.
I'm glad we inspired you.
I haven't listened to that one yet. Is it good?
I was laughing, and the way you guys were talking about just the action scenes, I think it was you, Luke, talking about, okay, it's not about them actually trying to fight. The way they were bungee jumping off the walls was just
He
fantastic.
loves it.
Yeah, that's style.
Yeah, it made
It's
me want
art.
to see it.
They're breathing their art out of their bodies when they dive. That's movies.
That's Emugi.
Yeah, Seth's like, they don't have any armor. Like, that's not the point, Seth.
They don't have any what?
They don't have any armor.
They don't.
They built this big wall and they know how to bungee jump. You don't.
It's a movie.
That's
yeah.
true. They did way more than you've ever done, so.
Yeah, so
They're gonna
sit
get
down.
eaten.
I'm being
Anyways.
prosecuted.
Because you can't bungee jump.
Persecuted, not prosecuted.
Sorry, because I can't bungee jump.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
The last one's on this list. The
Should have
last
driven myself. Just left James.
one. The last one on this list is at number 96, The Wicker Man.
Oh, Wicker Man's so good.
It was a good episode. I'd never seen the film.
Oh, you should watch. That is a great episode. Our first ever Best Tangent winner, Winona Ryder versus the Truck.
Winona Ryder.
You'll have to listen to that one, James.
I'm all about Winona Ryder. All right.
I think the
Starting
original
with
Wicker Man is on my watch list, but not the new one.
But not the Nick Cage remake?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that concludes our... Wait, what was our facts? It wasn't big facts versus big
Half your age plus facts.
half our age plus facts.
That's the formula.
It's
And that applies to more places than this segment.
Yeah. For
All
life.
right. So,
that's my everyday
with that,
Age
let's
of
get
your
into the
partner.
movie.
movie. Oh, he's doing the.
He's doing the clapboard.
Yeah.
Did you hear my noise?
Oh, that's a good touch.
You didn't hear my noise?
I heard you go.
Oh, you didn't hear
We
my...
gotta run it back.
Yeah, let's
Right.
flash back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was it.
That was it.
Thank you.
I
So
don't
I guess
know why
Nicole
your
Kidman-
video hasn't started again.
Is this normal?
No.
Cameron didn't like
Yeah. Maybe it's to relieve it or something. I don't know. Yeah. You're not auto-tuned anymore, so that's good.
That's
so I was
great.
gonna
That
say,
must have been
Nicole
Seth's
Kidman
problem.
is going to fight Bigfoot. I
Yeah,
guess she should
Nicole
fight
Kidman's
DB
clearly
Cooper.
fighting Bigfoot.
If it's like a 3-man bracket.
But like first she had like
Bigfoot
DB
versus DB Cooper versus Nicole Kidman.
but like DB Cooper
She's got
hijacked
one
a,
online.
DB Cooper hijacked the plane. Like Nicole Kidman's still trying to get through
Is
like
the plane.
TSA. She doesn't have the TSA pre-check, so she's still at the airport. Like
Yeah.
they're waiting.
is the
Like
plane.
Bigfoot's like checking his watch. She's like, "What the fuck? Where's Nicole?"
Blessing in disguise.
No, she's a plane, like in planes.
DB Cooper boarded Nicole Kidman.
Tried to
like,
hijack her. She said, "Not today." Spilled him out over the Pacific.
Yeah, she said, my friend Bigfoot's got something to say about this. Trying to jack me? Get off.
Yeah.
She jacked off DB Cooper.
Off he went.
Not like that, Brandon. You misunderstand me.
I'm still laughing. I'm just. I'm, I'm still. I'm still imagining Nicole Kidman as a plane, like her face.
Yeah. Well, because there's this. You
Skin
guys have
just
seen.
stretched out.
It's like you're seeing planes, and it's like Dane Cook is personified a plane. It's got eyes.
Was Dane Cook in Planes?
He was the
He was-
plane.
Oh
was
my
Planes.
god!
He was the main plane. But
He
in
was
this one, yeah,
Planes.
no DB Cooper. That DB Cooper.
Is this animated?
Yeah.
It's not live
I think
action.
Salma Hayek is his love interest.
Oh no!
Or Sofia Vergara, somebody hot. But no, yeah, you can personify the plane. But yeah, like James said, we've just stretched Nicole Kidman into the shape of it.
Yeah.
Where do they board her on?
You don't want to know.
Probably her puss.
Yeah.
Probably the puss.
Her
Yeah.
gills.
It's moved to the side.
Or the stitching where she got her liver transplant.
She.
She did.
Stolen.
Nicole, that's canon. Nicole got a liver transplant.
Yeah.
And that's where you
That was
enter
stolen.
her. when you wanna
Allegedly.
Oh, okay. Somebody stole her
Allegedly.
a liver, allegedly.
I got
And then
it.
turned her
Livers
into a
go for
plane.
like
So
200,000,
hard
but
life.
Nicole Kidman livers.
Was that a Letterkenny reference?
Allegedly.
It definitely was.
No, more Pat McAfee since he's getting sued by Brett Favre allegedly.
Is he?
Oh yeah, for defamation.
Huh. Aaron Rodgers still isn't on the Jets either.
He will be soon, hopefully. I'm gonna be devastated if he's not. Never seen Jets win a game. I might.
Are you a Jets fan?
No, I'm a Rams fan.
Oh.
It's just fun to see the underdog win. Every time I've ever seen Jets game actually make TV, never seen them win.
I did see that they have the longest American drought of not making the playoffs now that the Sacramento Kings just did.
It's not that long though. They made it with Sanchez.
Yeah, it was 2011.
And then he
2012
that with the butt fumble, and that was 4 months after I got a signed Mark Sanchez jersey.
Nice. That's probably worth more now. After.
You think so?
After the
Anyone
butt
want
fumble?
it? Because I don't.
He's an icon.
Well, I mean, now that he's retired and gone, they're not like manufacturing a ton of those jerseys.
Yeah, I guess so. I have a signed Mark Sanchez jersey,
And, like,
I got it 4 months prior before
That's
the
it.
butt fumble.
In like 3,000 to 4,000 years, that's going to be worth a lot of money.
Hell yeah!
That's like an
Frees me
artifact
up.
of
Yeah.
today's
3
time.
to
Yeah.
4,000 years?
Well, he's thinking long term when Mark Sanchez is like God to the scientists in the future. They dig up his bones.
Bones.
Just bones.
All right. Well, if I gotta wait that long, you think Walt's got room in his little cubby? Disney, all frozen.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
You were like,
It's
Walt.
obvious.
Who the fuck is Walt?
Yeah, I jumped to
That's just his
I've
cryogenics.
head.
never
I
met
think,
another
yeah.
Walt. My bad. I thought I
You
could
met
get
Walt
my-
Disney?
Well,
You think it's
I
just his
will in my
head?
dreams, at least.
That's the rumor. He got his head cut off from his body, and then they
Is that just
froze
because
his
of Matt
head.
Groening writing Futurama?
I think
Since
that's
that man
kinda
can
like
see
the-
the future.
the inspiration because he like froze it to be like, all right, when we figure out how to put this back on a body, we'll thaw you back out. So we're not there yet.
I mean, he had so much money. Might as
Yeah,
well.
why not?
Yeah, shoot, I'm gonna die anyways. Throw my head in a fucking bucket.
This
See if
he
they
had
bring
so
me
much
back.
money before he bought Marvel and Star Wars and for some reason
do
ESPN
that.
and Hulu and Comedy
Yeah,
Central.
why are you saying he did that? He's been frozen.
He would have
years,
funded the-
allegedly.
The Aryan Brotherhood called it good.
Yeah, probably.
It's
I
kind
would go ahead.
Sorry.
What?
I was just gonna say it's kind of funny to think that there's a contingency plan probably in the contract that says, if/when Walt ever wakes up, he inherits all the things we've done with this
He
company.
gets it back.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee there's something in a legal document that says
Probably
that this
did.
guy comes back from
Genics.
cryogenics. That's right.
Cryo frozen.
Or they,
Yeah.
They want that way better.
clone him using his DNA or something. Yeah, he definitely gets it back.
I'm a little stupid.
If they figure that out, every time he's about to die, they're gonna cut his head off and do the same thing.
He's gonna
Shit.
come back. What did you guys do to Star Wars?
He got cancer again. Somebody with a broadsword. Just
There's a lot of colored people around. That's what he would say. That's what he would say.
Dude, that'd be a
He's
good
bad
movie.
guy.
Set at like 1,000 years from now, Walt Disney comes out of cryo frozen, and he's just super racist.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be. He
That's the whole
would.
movie.
We'd probably get sued, but we could do it.
We're gonna make that movie.
We got a movie to cover though right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
What are the spoof legalities? Like what? Because it's somewhat legal.
You're not
to start
allowed to
spoofing.
against Disney for some reason.
Not
They
even
just
Like
let
for
you.
anything. They're just crazy cracking down on copyright stuff.
Because then I
I
probably
gotcha.
shouldn't say this, but there's some great animations on YouTube called Prostitute Mickey.
Yeah, they wouldn't like that.
They are hilarious. It's a whole season. I think there's like 12 of them.
There's a season. Like
Yeah,
a
I've shown
running-
you some of them.
Have you?
The animations of Prostitute Mickey.
You'll have to show me that.
Okay.
Well, before Seth was going to talk about cryo freezing, I was just going to say I have a signed Magic Johnson jersey from Team USA basketball from Lukas.
Was that before AIDS was public?
No,
I think he
probably
signed
not.
it after the AIDS
Ooh, did you
diagnosis.
watch it?
No, it's covered in blood. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Johnson signed jersey covered in
That is crazy.
So much.
Blood and semen.
You just gotta wear a hazmat
Alright.
suit to transport it.
So Nicole Kidman's a plane. Let's get into the movie.
movie.
Yeah, we
So
start.
sorry, that tangent.
We start in the forest with some. You love a good pan. This Dakota does. That's his.
Dakota loves pans.
That's his biggest
Pots.
tool. That's a wrench in his tool bag. He busts that out when he
And
wants to
Seem
make
more
a
like
movie.
a crutch.
And it's November 24th, 1971, Ariel, Washington, at the Washougal River. And yeah, it's just panning landshapscape.
The first one was
landscape
a 360 one, which breaks the rule. Aren't you supposed to? Isn't the cinematography rule you're not supposed to break the 180-degree plane, or else it confuses viewers? But I mean, you can do that if you want to. And this is like the intro shot. I wasn't too concerned about it.
Is it 180 degree or 360 degree?
I think
rule?
it's the 360 rule.
It's more about two people talking to each other. Yeah, because if you cross that imaginary line, then it looks like they're talking from the same angle. But with scenery shots, it's still not a good idea, probably, because it looks weird, but you can do it.
Dizzy.
You know, I watched one movie, I think about the 180 rule a lot, that did it, and it works, is Slumdog Millionaire. When they're at the millionaire, like, in the game show, they break it constantly, and that won Best Picture, so...
So how's that for
there's a dazzling one in The Green Knight, which when I actually saw it literally made my jaw drop.
Is that the
360 pan?
Seth Rogen film?
No, that's
the Green Hornet.
The Green Knight is a David Lowery movie.
Oh.
Starring Dev Patel.
Nice.
Well, yeah. To Seth, and he said, unlike Ishtar, I'm not going to watch that.
I did watch Ishtar.
Like, I was on the podcast. You're not going to watch The Green Knight.
Oh. No, I'm going to watch The Green Knight. It's on it's next.
I can't see your camera, so I can't judge your face.
He's
pretty neutral.
Like he's scheming.
I've got my fingers together in that pyramid formation doing the evil pinky to thumb in a row thing.
Yeah.
You're also stroking your goatee.
Yeah,
he
but fuckboy style.
4 arms.
I've grown 4 arms.
Yeah, you got 6 total now. He's stroking
so you're doing
lots of stuff.
2 arms and 2 arms.
Yeah, and 2 just like the dude in the shower.
Yeah, she got 2 of them doing the finger payment of doom. 2 of them are stroking my goatee, and 2 of them are jerking me off.
It's crazy. While you went away, Seth turned into a spider. He's got 8 arms,
and we're okay with it. We're just hanging out.
But yeah, lots of landscape shots until you see jacked, just fucking ripped dude. This is Bernie
O'Doyle.
Beautiful.
Walking along a trail, and I put, well, this has got to be D.B. Cooper. I was so wrong.
I thought that was too. Yeah.
He is narrating by Eric Roberts, as well as saying he told his family he was going on a turkey shoot the day before Thanksgiving. And I put, November in Washington sure looks like June. This is not
nice out. It's before global warming.
2014 was pre-global warming.
Yeah.
I think
I knew about it. It didn't
into
exist.
the themes of the movie. You tread on nature, nature treads back on you.
Shit.
You're right. What's a sipper, huh?
I had to get it all off the lid because I spilled it all over myself.
That's what.
Yeah, we get about like 10 minutes of this character just out walking in the woods, sort of mysteriously. The ominous music, interspersed with like shots from the perspective of it seems like Bigfoot, where we get some like heavy.
You don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can't know, but it's like some heavy dog growling, shaky camera. He's rustling through the woods.
Yeah, just some nature shots.
There was only
one
one shaky camera, and it was the only time Bigfoot decided to run.
It was exactly 10 minutes. It was exactly 10 minutes and 53 seconds. Because, yeah, my notes leading up to that, lots of rustling trees and growling, more choppy landscape shots and shitless walking.
It's in the notes?
Yeah, I put a lot.
Just to convey
this next one.
He needs to remember, get back in the mindset.
This next one was
method acting.
Scary drawbridge rock. Walk, not rock.
Yeah.
Rock. E-rock.
The actors were scared of that. That comes back in the other movie.
The drawbridge?
Yeah, where the actors are literally running for their life and then they slowly go over the drawbridge.
I think it's not called what's it called? It's not a drawbridge.
Drawbridge comes down.
Oh yeah,
suspension bridge.
Suspension bridge.
That's right. Yeah, suspension bridge.
Yeah,
I said it first.
It'd be cooler if it was a drawbridge.
Today.
Smart. Other notes I have. At least the music is somewhat decently ominous.
No.
Up until the scenes in the mirrors. What is transition?
Yeah, this is what was a point of mine with the movie too, is that I like the music. I did not like the deployment of the music at times, I'll say. I think it was ominous and was a good sort of mood piece, but they didn't know how to line it up at all with what was going on.
What
Like it
about
would
the
swell
rock
and climax. Those are good.
Let's see, what else did I have?
It's like an
These are
anxious
the
mood piece at the beginning, the first 10 minutes of this movie.
And from a talking cat, we know he loves to reuse B-roll scenes, like the fountain in the pool and shit.
Oh yeah.
He reuses the same rustling tree growling scenes so many times. I put something is finally peering from behind a tree at shirtless. Oh, I put shirtless DB Cooper, and the music starts to change to a light piano. My note: is this a love story?
I wish that
I
would have
thought
been
kind
the
of.
movie.
I thought DB Cooper was about to fall in love with Bernie.
Yeah,
That I thought
it's-
was
Bigfoot versus DB Cooper, but it's just them filing divorce papers. They got a mediator.
it's marriage. It's a marriage story.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
name of the court document.
yeah. yeah.
Bigfoot versus Roe
This is
v.
bull-
Wade.
yeah.
Bigfoot versus DB Cooper.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one to compare it to.
Roe v. Wade.
I thought it was funny
Bigfoots are
too
not allowed to
here.
get abortions.
They
Definitely
couldn't.
not
They
in
need
Texas, at
population.
least.
Yeah. My note is there was some cool like native art there too that I liked, and kind of they were adding like some mystique to it. But also like Bigfoot is using these public trails because this guy's like in the parking lot. He's going by a business at times, and Bigfoot is just like peering from the bushes over there. So he's very close to society.
There were so many shots of
It's
Bigfoot,
Bigfoot.
like it's his POV shots where he's just in the deepest wooded glen, and
Yeah.
and our DB Cooper actual Bernie character is running along a trail, next to a business. So it's like
Yeah.
he's nowhere near him.
I'm definitely with you there, Lucas, because I think that the point of this was to be like deep in the woods in some sort
Yeah.
of hike. DB woods.
I was about to say
DB
that.
woods.
Yeah. Because like that's where you assume DB would be. Never mind. Sorry. That's getting ahead of myself. But yeah, you're supposed to be on like a deep trek, I think, and it ruins it when you see like a car driving by somewhere and
Yeah.
several houses lined
Pavement.
up in like a suburban neighborhood with trees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a love story with the music change up. But we're
Paths,
5 minutes in. How are we still showing production company names on the screen?
I like it.
This is kind of a precursor to the rest of the movie, as far as
It's not meant
really
to.
going
Yeah.
on.
I mean, it's all going on while nothing is going on. I think that's kind of the beauty of this movie. Is Bigfoot is always sort of
Don't say
lurking
the
in that.
beauty of this movie like there's something to take out of it.
No, and that's
was
sort of
all
the tension
filler.
around everything. So once he meets these shirtless boys, and once he, we get into the DB Cooper thing, it's always looming that Bigfoot is around, voyeuristically watching.
No, he had 15 minutes of story. So he's like, I said I'd make a movie. How do I extend it?
That's fine. It's a mood
That's
piece.
not fun.
Fine.
No, you got a short story. Let me read a short
You guys
story.
are-
The
No, you guys
movie
are too hung up on the
savants, and you
plot.
said it's fine.
Too hung up on the plot of a movie.
Well, I put, the music changed again to scary again
This
as
is
DB
scary.
Cooper makes it to some houses maybe, and but I put what I am assuming is Bigfoot is growling again, although now he isn't looking at DB. Like you finally get to see like a POV shot where he watches Bernie run by. You're finally like, oh, he's in the same area at least.
Yeah. It's not
That's
a
kind
running
of-
guy and also.
That's
a
kind of
Bigfoot.
invoking John Carpenter and Halloween, I
It's
think,
not
because it's
invoking
a
John
very-
Carpenter.
that's like the very famous first use of the POV of the killer. You get that shot while he's like stalking his prey, and I like
Which
that we
movie
get that
was
from
that?
Halloween.
Halloween.
You think he was just trying to test out some skills, maybe break them out later in movies?
I think he's paying homage to the master horror directors before him in a clever way.
You was not invoking John
Uh,
Carpenter.
I have a
Of
couple
course he
questions,
is.
like serious questions. So John Carpenter did Halloween. He did The Thing,
Mhm.
right? That's the only thing I know him
He did
from.
The Thing. He did Halloween. He did a couple other great horror movies. Escape from New
And you-
York, not a horror movie, but awesome.
Right, good movie. And so this is the first time there was like
Movie.
a killer POV thing. I guess how old is the horror genre?
Back
One of
since
the oldest.
the 1900s, yeah, but that was
Well,
sort of the breakthrough. Everyone's like, yeah, and it's like sort of like you can see him breathing and stuff, and it's darkness and his vision's sort of clouded. So that's part of it. It's not like a clear perspective. It's sort of like a muddled, like, oh, we are the killer's eyes now, which was kind of the first time it happened back in like 1978.
Lucas says the 1900s, which could mean anywhere from 1926
No, the
with
19 odds,
flight
Brandon.
or planes or whatever it's called to 1999
Well, yeah,
with the ring.
Creativity soared during the Great Depression. They had a lot of time on their hands.
Why'd you start in 1926?
Right before the Great Depression.
Well, I'm just saying. Is that when the first movie was?
Caligari was a horror movie. That was in the 1921. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. It's like the most famous early.
The first
horror movie.
Oscars were in 1928.
What a weird time.
Nosferatu was
super
kicking
weird.
around.
They were still
1922.
roaring back then still.
The Roaring 20s.
In the 20s, yeah.
It was so loud.
But he's just doing like there are certain things horror movies, especially like the sort of slasher style movie, you got to do. Part of the visual language of the genre.
Do you need to do it 40 times?
Yeah, because he's doing it the whole movie. He's stalking.
Of course you do.
This is not.
From the get-go,
doesn't invoke.
He's
John
watching
Carpenter.
you.
He's borrowing the techniques of the man. He's not invoking.
He does,
him.
and later I'll talk about it too.
No.
Like Martin Scorsese.
Oh, I cannot wait to see how you make that.
He's gonna tie this to Raging Bull.
Okay, can we skip to that part?
That one's very clear.
We can. That's very clear.
Yeah, when it happens.
You're saying we missed something obvious that you clawed on to because it's
a very clear Martin Scorsese reference.
I had to take like 6 bathroom breaks. I could have missed it.
You could have missed the Martin Scorsese.
It was
definitely
a
had
big
me
one. It was an
feeling
extrapolation of it, but
oh my god,
we'll get there.
I'm
Well, let's get back to the movie.
sick to my stomach, man.
You get also like all the production companies are coming up every now and then. You get a David Dakota film at 8 minutes and 22 seconds. But Bernie comes up to a bridge with a staircase leading under like a stream where like a gate's broken. The music intensifies. And my note in all caps, how are we still walking with this fucking growling? And I put, oh shit, finally we see a dark like ground low shot perspective of Bigfoot finally. And you cue the title card. Bigfoot versus DB Cooper, 11 minutes in.
It's uncomfortably long, but I think that's the point too.
Yeah, still great film.
And David Dakota loves
to feel like there's a weight on your shoulders.
And now it's lifted because now you get B-roll. You get a city, a tropical beach, an airport, a spinning weather tower thing, and then
Portland,
inside an airport, people are walking.
It's Portland, baby.
Portland is not tropical. There were palm trees.
Portland's got a couple palm trees. You know how we stock ponds with bass? You know, like artificially. That's what Portland does to their beaches. They plant palm trees. Yeah,
they do.
Like we stock bass in our reservoirs. Yeah, they put bass in the ocean and a palm tree on the beach.
Sometimes you'll see bass in the palm trees.
And a palm tree and a bass.
What about Morbius?
Yeah,
what do you mean, what about Morbius?
Out of hand.
Of course he's
Where
there,
does he
Brandon.
fit in here?
He doesn't. Moving on.
No, he was the one in the Bigfoot costume.
Not Morbius.
He was more than
Don't
big
give him
time.
this.
If Morbius was here, they'd all be in trouble. But
they were all in trouble the entire time.
Yeah, you're right.
Morbius was with them.
They do.
No.
They do show up. He stumbles upon this sort of house. Our main character, despite being watched by Bigfoot.
Well, the narrator, you find out, isn't D.B. Cooper because he's saying this day he was walking and a man would do an unthinkable thing on a plane. And yeah, you see him stumble upon this mansion that's supposed to be Washington.
Supposed to be abandoned as well, but they're
he heard
four shirtless dudes, some bros.
5.
No, you're right.
5.
It was like a
4.
clown car. How they came out the front door.
Well, 4 were shirtless. 1 was shirted.
Shirted.
He was knighted.
Great group of guys. Yeah, they invite him to go for a turkey shoot. Hey, Belle, you want to come shoot some turkeys with us?
Why not? I'd accept that offer. in a
They
heartbeat.
rent a house for the holiday, but it's Thanksgiving. It's like, what? That's a weird.
And that man, the bald one that's looking like he's going through some treatment, is having a wedding. His buddies take him out for
Morgan.
the last two
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah.
It's a combined
That's-
Thanksgiving bachelor party hunting trip.
The weirdest combination, but yeah, so they're all just kind of broing it out in the house, and you see a plane taking off with thunder in the background, going from Portland to Seattle with DB Cooper aboard. And DB Cooper hands a flight attendant a note, flashes a bomb at her in his briefcase.
I like how it's a very modern looking plane for the 1970s.
So,
It's like a
did
Delta.
Did you see the reflection in his glasses during that scene?
No.
Mm-mm.
There's like clearly in just like a diner or somebody's office, you can see the reflection of windows with blinds. In
Yeah,
his
that's great.
aviators that he
It's
refuses
probably
to
at like
take
an
off.
airplane themed restaurant. They're like, let's film here.
There were
Probably called
several
Jets.
shots as I get
It's a
ahead of myself.
restaurant-themed airplane, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As I get ahead of myself, there are several shots when Bigfoot starts to make his way into the house where there's like mirrors on the wall and you can see the person filming in like thin little mirror
no.
on the right.
I missed that.
I did too.
I had
Birdemic
to
2
look away
style.
several times.
Birdemic 2 style, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Where the guy's bored during the sex scene, just leaning back, just fuck.
Is that an instruction or is it expression?
Expression, but probably also an instruction.
fuck. Well, don't
But yeah.
spit.
But we all know the DB Cooper story. The
We
legend.
do.
I'm the one kicking the table now.
Now you get more landscape shots with a nice shot of like a bald eagle taking off as Bigfoot growls. Like he at least got that.
Sure.
He's
man.
American.
He is American. And
Poor bald eagle.
shirtless men start to run together. And my note in all caps. Oh god, Bigfoot is running too.
And that's when
He's with
the
them.
scene comes up where the camera's just shaking out of nowhere.
That shit's so funny.
And I want to point out that they were running single file the entire time. Not one point did they talk to each other. Not one point were they running side to side. It was
It's
single file.
You'd
aerodynamic.
expend breath if you were running.
Have you ever ran with someone?
Yeah.
When you
These
run
dudes
with
were in
someone, you
shape,
kind
too.
of bullshit.
Yeah,
The
you
back one was not in shape.
Bless
He
him.
was
He was
dying.
huffing to keep
Yeah,
up
They had
with
to
it.
run a long way.
towards the end of that, what was it? Probably
Hey,
you
it
have
was-
it in your notes. 10 minutes run
Of
scene?
running?
Yeah,
It was probably like 6, yeah.
about 6 minutes
Jesus.
towards the end, especially once they cross the last bridge. You see the other guy looking up and kind of smiling as he's running. You know, he's in a movie. The back guy's like
Movie.
looking down, huffing.
Yeah, they had to run a while. They
Oh,
only
God.
shot over like 3 days or whatever. Then it was like, all right, we're gonna do all this right now. Let's go, Brian.
Let's go, Brian.
That shaky cam scene that James is talking about is really funny because it's the first time you see it. Like it's very calm. Like you see Bigfoot sneaking around, or like Lukas is saying, it's invoking John Carpenter doing the POV of Bigfoot of the killer,
Allegedly.
But out of nowhere, shaky cam, Bigfoot sprinting away. But like it doesn't lead to any action.
No, very
They're just
anticlimactic.
still running, and then they never shaky cam again.
Bigfoot runs exactly like
Very
the
arbitrary decision to make a shaky cam.
Bigfoot runs like the notorious photo of him where he's like spread like this too.
Yeah.
He's like
That's how
Yeah.
people have described me as walking like that when they catch me out in public. They're like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I'm, I look back and I like, it's like my old high
Seth's
school
been
teacher or
spotted
something.
at the Rimrock Mall and they thought it was Bigfoot.
And no, for real, people. This is. I wish it was a joke, but people have been like, "Yeah, I thought you were like, you look like Bigfoot." Whenever I called out your name in public.
Well, I
His
think-
run might be like that, but his walk's very similar
Oh,
to
he's
Conor
back.
McGregor.
oh,
He
he's sort of
definitely walks with
sauntering.
his shoulders arched back.
I think
Yeah.
it's kind of intentional though too, because the super shakiness of it, because you're not meant to see the full
Is
reveal of
invoking
Bigfoot,
Cloverfield.
kind of until the end of the movie. Just like your classic horror thing, you don't ever want to reveal your full monster until the very end. And to be fair, it does
Yeah.
not pay off when we get the full reveal. But like even this like super shaky obscures our full vision of Bigfoot.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
consider it a full reveal throughout the movie just because of the shading? Because I feel like we saw him fully
We see
with the
his
color of
face.
his little just casually puffy coat onesie.
Yeah, you could piece it together, but you don't get the full dynamic Bigfoot reveal in the sunshine. Intense upshot.
Up until the first time he's
Upskirt.
had a boxing match when it seemed like he was slashing or snapping necks the entire movie. Still questionable on how everyone was.
Nobody was bloody.
How he
Yeah.
how he kills.
But
Tell the
so, Bigfoot watches through the shrubs after they're running. Like you said, it doesn't lead to anything. And I put, are these runners anywhere near Bigfoot? Because the only
They
time we've
get there.
seen is when you see him like behind a tree watching our Bernie character. But after 5 more minutes of running, the guys stop because they hear something in the shrubs. They turn around scared to grab their rifles, which are clearly just airsoft guns.
That was a note that James had. You can hear one of them pulls a trigger at some point. You can hear
This
the
is
spring.
coming up. This
soon.
hasn't come up.
Okay, okay.
Because there's a lot more to say with that scene.
Okay, I'll let you take the floor.
James was notoriously note-taking about airsoft.
And I forgot
He
my
had a
notebook. I had a notebook. I
He was
filled
going
a whole
Robert
front
style. He was
sheet.
all analog.
Given the first
Nice.
couple comments, I was like, "You guys probably won't have me back on the podcast."
No, we have a pretty low bar here of decency.
Yeah. You know how many episodes I've been on?
They keep on bringing you back after missing 2, and then you're like, "Yeah, I felt like it was what it was like without doing one." So I was like, maybe I should keep doing that.
Listen to that one.
Just quit.
Well, they get back home. Instead of grabbing their rifles, they change into their jeans and new shoes.
On the doorstep.
Yep. And
Well, I don't. It's funny because they chose them running for like what seems like the movie will make it appear like 7 miles or something in the woods, and then they get to the end and they hear a growl. I'm like, let's go back. We got to go get our guns if we're gonna go this far. And I'm like, okay.
immediately there.
They just take off running the other way.
I was
like
so scared that we were gonna
Yeah.
watch a full running scene again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Oh, that'd be
7
Back
minutes.
the other way.
They get back, they change into jeans, they sling their gym bags over their shoulder, and then they grab their airsoft guns and whatnot. And you get some scary music as we see a moss-covered cave with something growling. But the shirtless dudes are getting ready to go hunting. They're like, there are 6 of us now that we invited the new guy. So we're going to go in teams of 2, but the married guy's
Now that
like,
we
nah.
invited
No. He goes,
Vietnam
"There's
vet.
6 of us, so the teams will be even." And he goes, 5. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
So we're stealing quotes again, I see.
And the bachelor, he's supposed. This is the guy about to get married at a bachelor
Well-
party. His friends bought him out to do this hunting, and he's a lover, not a fighter. So his friend chose a
Stealing
bachelor
quotes
party
again.
idea.
Yeah, it kind of pays off because I think he just sent them all off just so he could jerk off. Honestly, he's like,
Which
I
we've all
need the
done.
house to jerk off. Yeah, and then sort of in the same sort
I
of
need to pause the podcast right now. Guys, can you go on a turkey hunt real quick?
No, we all good. Just do it right now.
no, but I think it sort of follows the classic horror trope of the killer punishing sexuality or punishing any sort of, so when he stays back to jerk off, that's when
That
they get
invokes
him.
Friday the 13th.
No.
And then when he
And we're
yeah,
all
and then when
rooting for him to
comes-
get slashed because we don't
when he
want to
gets
watch
groped,
this
he
scene.
dies too.
I
There's
Yeah.
some sort of that playing here.
think what James was saying was that it's weird. Maybe you said it right now, zoning out. But it's weird for his boys to all invite him to a bachelor party to a thing he hates to do. Like, hey, you're about to get married. Let's go throw a party. Let's go hunting. And he's like, I have never killed in my life. I'm against hunting. I'm like a vegetarian. And they're like, no, it's gonna be great. Come on. Like it's kind of a stupid bachelor party.
Like, if you think of my bachelor party, we went to Old Chicago.
Yeah.
First and foremost, to be waited on by James. Like, that was my first request.
It was
Yeah.
fate, but what were you requesting? Strippers?
No, I just wanted a
Requested
calzone.
James.
Oh,
I requested James to strip on me, duh. No, I wanted a calzone, and then we played basketball.
Yeah, and half of the party threw up that night.
from the eating and then activity, or from drinking?
Yeah, just the basketball after the food, I think.
You and Lucas?
No, Lucas and Carter.
Oh, Carter threw up.
Yeah, because you were like, Lucas is notoriously nauseous after.
No, that's
exercising.
Jordy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Jordy.
both of them.
Did you still puke, Lucas?
He hurt his
Um,
back.
Not that time.
Was
Yeah,
that
I did
what it
hurt my
was?
back really bad.
Okay, I know Lucas and Carter both at some point were incapacitated, and I thought they
It
were
was
both
one on
just-
one.
Incapacitated.
We played 1-on-1.
Yeah, And then there's a picture of me out there somewhere proposing to you with a basketball.
The other bachelor party that Lukas organized
Was
was
the hot sauce one?
no, it was me, Jordy, David, and him. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I got some nachos. We watched some basketball. Then we went back to my place, my apartment, and we played Buzz on the PS2, some trivia.
That's sick.
And 2K. We had a 2K tournament.
Way better than these guys.
Me.
Really?
I won
These
Buzz
guys.
and 2K.
Who are you using?
Oh! Probably the
He's
Kings.
The cheerleader
Hot
on
damn.
Buzz.
You were in that.
What was that, Lucas?
I said he was using the cheerleader on Buzz.
Oh, the hot girl.
Yeah, yours was better than these guys' outing.
The bachelor party?
Yeah.
I thought you had a hot sauce one when you tried hot sauces. Was that just like a night you had with your cousin?
I just did that with Devin.
Oh, okay.
We did the Hot Ones challenge.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so after they grab their rifles, all this stuff, they're going hunting. The house they're staying in, one bro just, oh, never mind. This isn't jerk off scene yet. You get 22 minutes probably of each man walking upstairs,
Was it that long?
finding their room,
I took a bathroom
changing
break there.
down to their underwear, going into a mirror, flexing, posing with the gun, and then changing into some short shorts.
Yeah. It's a
that's-
little long, but this is
A little long.
this is
The
taxi
I
driver.
said 22 minutes. That's almost a third of the film.
The
little
first
long.
dude that goes to pose in front of the mirror doing his guns is when you truly know they're BB guns. Because while he's like, over there or something, and he goes, get him, and then he pops it, and you hear the spring in the BB gun go off. And no one else pulled the trigger because I'm pretty sure that was definitely a direct order.
Accidental.
Yeah, don't do that because you can obviously hear this is
Yeah.
not an actual rifle.
Yeah.
But these are the scenes that are invoking Martin Scorsese. These are all Taxi Driver. This is
These are taxi drivers
of course
looking
this is
in the
Travis Bickle
mirror.
looking in the mirror saying, "You talking to me?" Of course it is. Look at this. How is that not Taxi Driver?
This is
Okay.
no
That's what he
reference.
does.
This is what every
That's
man
what he
does
does.
every single morning in the mirror. This is no reference to any greats or
Of course
anything.
it
This
is.
is like this is what I
Shirtless-
do in the mirror
shirtless
before I go
man
make
flexing.
my shitty movies.
I'm gonna
Pointing
go
his
pee.
rifle.
I don't give a shit. No.
It's Taxi Driver.
It's not Taxi
What?
Driver.
There weren't even
you
taxis
can't-
at this time.
Okay.
With-
I
of course
I
not.
was
But you can't have a character. It's not accidental. He has his shirtless protagonist into the mirror, holding guns, pretending to shoot at each other,
The
flexing.
protagonist never did it.
no. It's not
He didn't do it, but he's
accidental. It's
main
intentional to be
characters.
like homoerotic. It's not invoking
Partially.
Taxi Driver.
That's
It's
part
just
of it.
supposed-
Of course,
I'm
it
with
is.
you on the mirror scenes were weird and like some way intentional. I would say invoking Scorsese.
It's like if you extrapolated that "you talking to me" scene out for 20 minutes is what it is.
No, it's not. They barely.
Yeah, it is.
Only one of them even speaks during these scenes, and they're all flexing because they're obviously just trying to show
That's
off
what he
how
does
hot they
too.
are.
That's what Travis.
But he's
does
not
too.
doing
He's like,
it for the same reasons.
he is.
Hold
He's
on.
like, look
Who
how
is
hot I
this
am
in
with this
Taxi
gun."
Driver? What actor is
Niro.
this?
Robert De
De
Niro.
Niro.
Yeah. Of course.
Taxi Driver is about the duality of man and schizophrenia.
Brandon, let
He's
Lucas
saying you're
speak.
talking to me. This is men just flexing.
Let him speak his piece.
That's not what the "you talking to me" is. In that time, he's like showing off. He's not. It's like a split personality. It's like, I'm this macho man. Look how cool I am. Look how badass I look with this killing weapon attached to my hand. And that's what they're doing here too. They're like, I'm a hunk. I'm a badass. I got
It's
a gun. I'm
totally
pointing
a
it at myself.
schizophrenic thing.
Listen, I have not seen it, so don't spoil it too far.
Either way, I was aroused.
Which I think is the point of the scene.
You're supposed to be aroused.
Yeah. So James got the message of this movie better than Lucas, I think, at this point.
And that's when I took a bath.
I don't think you're supposed to be aroused.
It's true.
But
It is when he took a
I
bath.
think it is a kind of a commentary on the horror genre.
It's aroused.
You don't think it's supposed to be arousal?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
What-
that's the goal.
How?
Of this
What is
movie.
that showing? What is that depicting during the movie of their character?
Okay, here's
Wait.
here's what I honestly think. I think there's a very classic horror movie where a slasher comes into a house or a party or a camp or whatever, and there's lots of hot girls and they're wearing bikinis and they're scantily clad. I
Yeah,
think
Dave
this
Dakota
director
made
said,
that one too. He's just done both.
what
genders.
happens if I flip it? I'm going to make a voyeuristic horror movie, but instead of scantily clad women, it's going to be scantily clad men.
He did sorority slime bowl-orama. I don't think
You
this
know,
guy
yeah,
is...
he's a master of the genre. He's well versed.
That movie was based on Goodfellas, duh.
He's weaving in and out of the structures of the horror genre.
I just thought it was funny that he was in the mirror talking to himself like he was about to go on a date, like trying to get the words right before he goes on a turkey hunt with his boys. And also he's throwing the gun back and forth between his hands like you throw a football between your hands.
Oh my god, it's Taxi Driver.
I just
That's
thought
what
it was funny.
He's
I didn't want to
hyping
invoke
himself up before he goes
Scorsese.
out to kill.
It reminds me a lot of Jarhead.
What is Jarhead? Does that sound familiar?
I
Jar
am
is not a good
nothing
movie.
without my gun, and my gun is nothing without me. He really felt that. That was like an extension of his arm. Even bringing it to Game of Thrones, it's just part of your body. I think he's invoking a lot of directors in that scene.
I do agree with you, Lucas, that he's flipping the classic horror trope of girl in the mirror, and flipping it to men doing it.
But there's no tits, so I'm not interested.
I don't see 100% the Martin Scorsese take,
Old Morty.
but the old Morty,
you got to direct
I mean,
Taxi Driver.
I think that's obvious.
G Martin.
I think that's as obvious as
I've never even seen Taxi Driver.
James,
he
this
pulled
is
out
the
a
part of the
lightsaber and
podcast
said,
where
"May
we
the
all
force
get
be
really
with
mad
you."
at each other.
You guys would be like, "It's an accident."
Seth, you're
Like it's the most
shit.
one of the most famous.
It's not
scenes in
an
movie
accident,
history.
but it's definitely purposeful because he does it for 22 minutes. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 rings. LeBron James in Miami.
Shut up.
Yeah,
No,
4 dudes.
not
do
4, but 5 men go upstairs, change into their underwear, flex in front of the
The
mirror.
last one was cut short. He only flexed for a second, but he put on his shorts immediately. And he was the one that kind of looked like the director was probably like, we probably shouldn't give this guy.
We
some
don't need
lines."
as much airtime.
Yeah.
Lucas, do you think it's more likely that this is
Morb.
Scorsese? More likely that this is Scorsese-esque, invoking Kafka, invoking Carpenter, or do you think it's exploitative on the part of a guy who's churned out 167 plus movies that are worth nothing,
I
and he
think.
does it just for?
I think it can be both.
I don't even know
I think this is
Oh.
obviously a guy who has watched a lot of horror movies and has made a lot of horror movies. So I think he knows what he's doing when he pulls the point of view. Maybe even
Pulls the
it might
airsoft
be
gun.
subconscious, but this is a director who's made a lot of movies, so he's working in that film language with the POV thing. And then I think the Scorsese thing is just so obvious. I think that's like one of the most famous scenes in movie history, and I think having a shirtless guy point a gun at himself in a mirror otherwise is no accident.
Yeah, Brandon, will you maybe write down a quote that at a certain point during this podcast / movie, Lucas said it's very obvious that David Dakota is invoking Martin Scorsese.
Of course it is.
Like
I'm
it's
a
clear.
fucking
He's
jerk-off
doubling down,
teacher.
and
He's
I'm
a
hitting the table.
director. I don't think
He's a director with a free weekend that wanted some barbecue catering.
because he was doing another movie the next weekend.
It's true.
He's
Slap
movie
him out.
obsessed.
I gotta hurry up and invoke Martin Scorsese so I can invoke Quentin Tarantino next weekend.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. I think you're onto something.
He's quantity over quality. That's without a doubt. He's the mass
That's-
production
that
of
you-
movies.
I won't disagree with that.
He really does have like 100 plus movies. He's
And the
directed
fact that
are
he's
like-
done several over a weekend or a week, it means he really thinks a lot of himself, I'd say. He's like, oh, I can slap that out. What takes most people 6 to 8 months, even a year, I can slap out in a weekend, no problem. I'll just put it with a bunch of filler and a bunch of honks.
And he did it.
His vision
He
didn't take a
did!
long
He damn
time.
did it. He damn did
Well,
it.
You see man after man after man go up, do the same thing.
Yeah.
One of my notes is, oh my god, I swear, or oh my god, another guy's walking upstairs looking for his room. I swear to God, and I put because it was during like a rock montage, and I Shazammed the song because it's definitely a popular song, but Shazam couldn't pick it up because the guy kept talking to himself in the mirror.
Seth started singing it. What was it?
I'm trying to remember.
Seth started singing it immediately, and the
I
song,
did too.
the immediate, because it was the eerie music, the eerie score still, and it literally transitioned directly into the rock as soon as the
Oh.
guy started pulling down his shorts.
It was the 80s synth style. It was till now. Always done fine on my own. I never really cared until I met you.
That was not the song I was singing.
That's the one I was singing.
It was.
Oh, Lukas died.
It was.
See you tomorrow.
It was. Where is it?
Makes you wonder. Oh, just reading off his phone. I don't think it was just that.
I don't think so either.
The writer inside. The writer inside.
God damn it.
Every
Bigfoot
single
inside.
one of us. The writer inside. The writer inside.
You just want
The
to pull this
Bigfoot
song.
inside.
Yeah, I just wanted the Bigfoot inside.
Bigfoot inside.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that
inside
up.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's
But there was
inside.
the recognizable
Bigfoot's
song.
inside.
But
I am DB Cooper and Bigfoot's inside.
but
they all
I
get
noticed.
they all get ready.
He's getting fucked.
Fuck, not again.
What's going on? Oh.
Because a third man goes up and does that, and we get 2 more. We get 5 men, and eventually, oh, my notice here. Let me guess. This 4th guy's about to strip down in underwear in a room and flex and hold his gun as Bigfoot watches. I was like, Bigfoot's watching them from a 3rd-story window.
So
Yeah.
is that what?
This
what-
is
what's
also
the-
Halloween.
What's the name of that shot? Because at several points it showed him just do the Scooby-Doo peek around as these men are doing the naked montages in the mirror.
Yeah, I think
There's
that's
one of them
just
where
like
it looks like he's in a vent.
a poorly executed, like peeping tom shot.
He was sterile.
No.
He was an event.
No.
And those windows that he was peeking through did not match the aesthetic of the rest of the house. It seemed very off.
Every time he was lurking through a hallway when he was in the house, did not match the aesthetic of
you
the
look
rest
at
of
the
the
He
house.
was
furniture,
filmed
nothing but
differently.
grand Victorian
Yeah.
furniture everywhere, big
He's-
archways, and then he's
he's-
looking through these tiny little.
Well, he's like
rectangle windows.
he is a supernatural being. I think is what the movie's implication is. So it's almost like the director is saying cameras are too primitive
No.
to even film this sort of being.
No.
So every time we get
No.
Bigfoot, it's sort of obscured in that sort of fashion.
Because the costume sucks. So they kept him in the dark,
I
literally.
mean, yeah, that's the practical.
And had a very
reason, but the
small frame
narrative
on him because
reason
if you saw the whole
is he's
costume,
this ultra powerful being.
He's
the
in a
cameras
brown
even-
fuzzy onesie. It doesn't even look like fur.
That's
You can
that's
see
the
literal
practical
cotton
reason,
balls
but
coming off of him.
narratively,
he's got lint.
cinematically.
He's covered in lint.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't.
Little.
That's why every hallway he's walking through is dark as
fuzzy.
hell, even though
The first time you see, never mind. That's way too far.
But yeah,
Well,
you get
keep
the
in
slashing
mind.
killer always watches.
It'll be another tangent, I guarantee.
Watches the girls
He
through
does.
the window.
He
Friday the
does.
13th. Yeah.
Well, eventually, 5 shirtless dudes emerge from the house to go on their turkey hunt.
Emerge, what a word.
Marlon stays back.
They were birthed.
He doesn't want to go on the hunt and instead talks dirty to his to-be wife on the phone while Bigfoot watches him talk dirty too. And I put, oh shit, Bigfoot's in the house.
He talked
It
dirty
was in
for
the
less than
house.
30
He was in the
seconds, and then it spent, 3 minutes on him jerking with 2 hands evenly.
It was like 4 or 5
stroking.
minutes.
Like, it implied, I feel like he was 2 feet wide and 1 inch
This
deep.
It did imply that.
this was a pretty clearly Alfred Hitchcock. This is Psycho. This is
This is Psycho, actually.
Brandon.
No, it is. I thought that. I thought it was
Brandon.
Psycho.
yeah. Explain it to him.
So he's jerking himself off, right? You remember that scene?
That's
He
not
was
Psycho,
cleaning
yeah.
it, I think.
Well, he's rubbing himself down,
was not.
and then he eventually starts to jerk himself off, as James said so eloquently, with 2 hands.
Evenly placed. At all
even-
points, they were symmetrical. Elbows at the same spot, so it's not like he could have one hand over the other.
Girthy.
They were evenly placed on his thick shaft.
Girthy, baby. Yeah.
Like
Short,
the stump of a
thick
tree.
shaft. Yeah, stump of a tree.
You can only get at women sideways.
And he is showering, oblivious to the outside world.
With no shower door or curtain.
That's
And
true.
Bigfoot being
That was
so
a real
quiet and
doorknob.
sneaky.
Seth pointed out a doorknob on the side of the shower with no door attached to the doorknob.
Really?
There was just a doorknob.
Well, yes, there's no shower curtain or anything, but he is so oblivious to the outside world without a shower curtain because he's jerking off that slowly Bigfoot makes his way through the hallways of the house up to the bathroom and enters the bathroom, able to watch him jerk off until he eventually gruesomely kills him with a facial shot of
the
Marlon.
reaction. Yeah.
Morgan.
What?
Called him Marlon.
Morgan.
Which, when he was doing the deed, he would close his eyes momentarily, but for the most part, his eyes were open. And like I previously mentioned, no shower curtain, no shower door with steam building up. How did Bigfoot sneak up on him when
He's
he's
so
facing
sneaky.
the rest of the room?
He's a sneaky
He
boy.
turned around at the very end for about 1 second before it showed the scene of Bigfoot doing what we saw 5 times afterwards. At just one swipe.
That's how he kills people.
Yeah, so
With his gruesome haymaker.
Yeah.
But he only turned around for 1 second, and we saw what happens when Bigfoot runs. The entire camera shakes. The entire earth starts moving as soon as Bigfoot starts to run.
Yeah.
So how did it? Because every person that would see the dead body of the man in the shower, it seemed to get
Marlon.
of Marlon, Morgan, Martin, whatever you want to say.
Scorsese.
Yeah, he was at least, I'd say, about 8 to 10 feet away in the corner. So how did Bigfoot close that distance in the time of him turning around? So I had to stop seeing this dude jack his thick shaft off.
I think
How,
he's just,
Lucas?
he's
Which
sneaky.
director?
He grew up in the woods.
Have you ever had sex? There's a scientific. This is a real question.
Have you?
We're all like
Are you
in our mid-20s.
when you're
Yeah, we're
deprived,
good.
you run faster?
You ever had sex? Brandon's
think
calling
Brandon's-
us all virgins.
Brand's talking about the blinders effect, I think he's saying.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. There have been actual like scientific studies, randomized, double-controlled, blind studies where
Like,
you have
Seth
seen that
participated in a lot of them.
your other senses are muted when you are orgasming. So that's
Yeah.
why he didn't know.
Yeah, it's what do they call it in the league?
The blinders effect.
No, it's not.
That explains why I
Vinegar
can grow
strokes.
accustomed to
Thank
the
you.
burning wax on my chest as I orgasm.
Oh shit.
Correct.
You give a lot of info out there to like 50 people right now.
And I made
That's
solid
pretty
eye
hot.
contact with you. Did I reveal more about us than me?
Maybe.
A universal
Pretty hot.
truth. But
It is-
yeah, he's dead.
Marlon's dead.
But I think this is
No, hold on. Lucas is ready to move on.
no. I think we should move on. I just want to bring it up real quick. We didn't talk about it earlier. That was James's theory on the shaky cam we talked about earlier.
Was that it was Psycho?
No, it's more about how
Morb.
about how strong Bigfoot is. When he runs, the earth quakes before him. It wasn't a shaky cam. It was a camera that was shaky.
Because
of
otherwise,
Bigfoot.
I feel
camera.
like it would have been consistent with his movements. That was the only time, at least as drastically as it shook, that we saw it. Is the one time we saw him actually run. Because anytime it implied he run, it would cut to the person that was running from him.
Deja vu. Damn.
I've just been in this place before.
I'm so glad you brought up Psycho because I did think of that. That was my one invoking thought.
Oh, now it's cool because you had the same stupid thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of lends more theory into the De Niro
Nope.
thing.
It
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of Martin Scorsese.
But anyway, Marlon is dead.
Marlon is dead. He couldn't find his son.
He got
Is he dead though? Because he looked asleep a lot of the shots.
he did. There was no claw
He
marks,
did.
nothing. Like you said, like a
So,
snap neck.
and I
kind of
mentioned
thing.
that, and
Yeah.
Seth goes, he must be snapping necks.
Yeah.
But with one hand, that's pretty gosh darn impressive. But I guess with
He's
a man that
strong.
shakes
But
the
you-
earth when
Of
he
an ape.
runs, one strike will do it.
Yeah, then we get more DB Cooper stuff.
Morb.
A history lesson on good old Dan Cooper and how he pulled off the heist for a minute. That's it. Now we're back to the woods.
Which
Back
I
to the
like,
boys.
actually, because I think the DB Cooper stuff in the air kind of sucks, and the narration kind of sucks. So, like, just get us back to the hunky dudes.
Yeah, back to the boys. You get the two boys
Forget DB Cooper.
and the three
He's
boys.
only half this
being
movie.
The two
They-
boys is
yeah.
Bernie and the main boy, and the three boys is the other boys.
Yeah.
And the two boys go off in the woods talking about the boys. When they catch a glimpse of Bigfoot, pull their BB guns out, but they don't shoot. And the three boys are also walking, but the one smaller Latino boy leaves the group to go back to the house to shit.
Latina.
No.
It was questionable. The first scene
Exact-
with the shirt on it implied almost like he was a woman. But what friends on a hunting trip in the middle of wilderness that can continue on a random path leave their friend that's about to shit? Especially when it's a contest between the two teams that they set up narratively earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 70s.
Immediately, it was like, okay, they need someone else to
That's
die
not the
real quick.
70s.
It's the
It
80s.
is the 70s.
That was
71,
the
isn't
70s,
it?
DB Cooper?
Yeah.
Is that
Well, it is the 70s, but
So just
the
in the
70s
70s, they're like,
isn't...
They
We
didn't have
don't
any
need a
hunting
group.
protocols.
They're all an ass.
The 70s isn't
guess.
defined by men not leaving their boy to go take a shit. Like
Or
he's
wearing
saying.
Exactly what it's
shirts.
defined by.
It was
It
sort of a
invokes-
cavalier attitude. Yeah.
Well, anyway, this one guy that
Bigfoot-
goes to take a shit,
Bigfoot
he
didn't
leaves
close
to
the
go back to
door.
the house, yells for Morgan in the house about 60 times as a bloody Bigfoot stalks him throughout the house. And he sees Morgan's dead, naked body in the shower without any marks on it. And he tries to fire his gun, but it's jammed or out of bullets, maybe, but he never fired it. So he runs outside where Bigfoot just kills him.
without the gun.
Yeah, he drops the gun in the bathroom.
It kind of just shows the shot stops. He kind of just goes like he's going to set it down, and then it's the scene of him running. At no
Yeah.
point did the shot show
It
the
just-
gun leave his hand.
Oh, it just disappears.
Yeah. But you get it's a short time between DB Cooper history lessons because you get another one of how he got on a new plane with his cash and only a few people to run the plane, while the military had like
A lot of-
fighter jets not far
Yeah, a lot of
behind.
some Top Gun stock footage.
Yeah.
Quick jet montage. Then we're back to the boys.
The boys.
Boys,
The
boys,
other
boys,
boys?
boys.
The three boys.
And our main guy ends up hunting with the other
the one
guy.
boy.
Bernie is hunting with the other main guy of the boys and stops him and talks about legends in these forests.
This one's name is Noel.
Noel, yes.
Yeah.
They end up arguing about, going back without a turkey and a monster and the things, where Bernie ends up just gun butting him across the face.
After he says, "Look out!"
Yeah. It's just.
What's
so
over
funny.
there?
The
So,
the twist
yeah, I think it
the
was-
twist makes it pay off, but it was very funny and surprising when he did that.
Yeah.
So
'Cause it
why,
sounds like he's
Bernie?
warning him of himself.
And
Look
let's-
out for me.
And let's go back to the
Knocks
second
him out.
before
That is
because
funny.
I feel like wasn't Bigfoot when he peered around the corner and they saw him with these two, and he goes, "What was that?" And the other one goes, "Must have been a squirrel." That's the biggest fucking squirrel
Oh,
in
yeah.
the world.
Growling like that.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
good
scary
comedy.
squirrel.
What did you say, Lucas?
That's good comedy, I said.
I was laughing without.
I
a
did
doubt.
laugh too. But the two guys in the three-man group with the shitting guy are back at the house. One's changing, one's swimming, and this man.
He's got his
Well,
three
he's working out, too.
identifiers are short, Latino, and shitting.
Yeah.
The shitting
one was
guy.
short
But
Latino.
but the non-shitting short Latino man, he's already gone. He's dead. You
But he
know.
was the shitting guy.
Yeah,
was the
that's
shitting
what I'm
guy.
saying.
Yeah.
The short shitting Latino man.
You said he was non-shitting just now. I was
Oh,
confused.
he's
Okay.
dead. He's gone.
Oh, he's not
Anyway.
shitting because he died.
There's
We don't see
one.
his
There's
body
one
either.
working out, and there's one swimming. And this workout scene is so long.
Yeah, I messaged you guys during this.
Because yeah,
The
Seth
pump
was
on.
like, "Oh, I'm running late." This guy's working out. I was like, "Fuck, he's got like half an hour." still."
That was like the 20
This
minutes mark.
workout scene is 4 minutes.
He did
It's-
all the
it's-
basics though for the vanity muscles. He did some crunches, some
He-
push-ups, and
he
some
did.
curls.
He looks
all for
he
show.
looks so good that even Bigfoot can't resist.
Oh, like,
He lets
what
him
was
finish
that?
his workout.
I guess get to that point in the movie because we have to talk to that.
Is
About
there
that.
anything in between we need to talk about?
He just sort of sneaks up there.
Yeah, but what else does he do?
Well, then he loves him.
For a
Yeah, because
second.
he looks through the window again from a third-story window or whatever,
Yeah.
watches him longingly or something,
Probably.
and he ends up sneaking up to the room where we finally get the first like actual scene where you get to see Bigfoot interact with the
Reveal.
human, and it's just him touching his chest and abs for
Yeah.
another 90 seconds.
Like up and down.
Very casually fondling. And then we get the
Oh,
infamous
this was
nut-
Johnny.
We
I
get
put
the
his name down.
infamous nut shot ground up.
It's Johnny!
We do get that
Yeah, remember?
voyeuristic.
What the hell, Johnny? We'll get to that. That's coming up.
Okay.
Because it's right after this.
But I want to know which director that this Bigfoot caressing the guy. Which director does that invoke?
There's only one director. I already said it's David Dakota.
Whoever directed most of Jenna Jameson's films.
This is, I mean, if we're being, she's a porn star. If we,
Thank you.
If
And
we-
invoke Steven Spielberg. Duh.
I mean,
That's
if
right.
being serious, it probably is something like Catherine Bigelow's Point Break. How all of those men were filmed so beautifully and so erotically, even though it was mostly a non-erotic film. That's kind of what I was getting. I was getting from here.
Okay. So you're now invoking Catherine Bigelow, Oscar winner.
Male gigolo.
Maybe not invoking her,
all I
but
thought of.
doing the same sort of framing device that they're doing in Point Break.
Oh, hiring her like a male gigolo.
She's an Oscar.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
committed to that
I
one.
don't know. There's been some creepy, like, serial killer meets their victim moments in movies that are like this, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's true.
Yeah, but this
Silence
is,
of the Lambs.
this is Bigfoot, though. He's not a serial killer or a
We watched
stalker.
Videodrome.
And you kind of
Videodrome was awesome.
He is,
That was a
he is the
movie.
stalker.
I'm just Bigfoot, for lore purposes, is perceived and acts as an animal with no motives besides killing, fucking, eating, and sleeping. And for
Where
some
did
reason,
Not
fuck
he's,
unlike
Where
Alien.
has that ever been perceived?
well, he's an animal. The other three are there in line. You'd have to assume that he does the fourth one.
But zero reproduction. There's supposed to be only one Bigfoot. I feel like the sexual part isn't there, so it's really
They
weird that
they
threw
don't.
it in
Well,
there.
they
I'm just saying there's no reason
Jesus.
Bigfoot should be caressing any human being.
Especially
like this.
with not showing
spent the whole
any
movie
sort of
fascinating
interaction
with
except
them.
watching.
yeah.
Not
and
fascinating, and
killing.
with the music, it was definitely inferred that
He's
he
part
wanted to
man.
kill him.
He's trying
That's-
to understand the
He
duality of
used to
man.
be.
It's
That's
not. It's
part of this-
inferred that he's the missing link, I guess.
That's part of the creepy stalker slasher killer. Is he's like there's a sexual aspect to it all. That's why he's targeting
he's
all these
not-
young women. And in this case, he's like, ooh, I like these hot dudes.
He's
same
part
sort of
monkey,
deal.
part man.
There's an
It's-
attraction there. That's
It's
why they're all
about
hunts.
evolution. It invokes 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I know. I just feel like the appeal of Bigfoot is him being an animal while being, sorry for kicking the table, in the uncanny valley of looking so human
Yeah.
and feeling so human. He's still just an animal.
I like the added twist of that he's also has this sort of sexual perversion, even though he is an animal. That even makes
like
it even
that
scarier,
You like that.
more terrifying in my bones.
Where are these
Bigfoot's
videos
gonna fuck me
uploaded?
before
Are
he
these on
kills me.
YouTube?
The Bigfoot fucking.
No, of your podcast.
Yeah.
They're on YouTube.
Yeah.
On
we
YouTube
get a channel.
because everyone just that listens needs to see the facial expression Lucas just made as he said he enjoyed the sexual aspect of that.
Yeah,
So
It's
just
a- it's
remember,
interesting
if you're
wrinkle.
listening on podcast,
Tune
sites,
in-
tune in on YouTube as
Tune
well.
into the video at
Interesting
1
wrinkle.
hour and 59
Yeah.
seconds.
And what's
I
your
know-
YouTube channel? The good,
It's-
the bad, and the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
good and the bad and the movies. Still tune in because you have to see that facial expression because we all know he genuinely meant he enjoyed the sexual aspect.
of course
that
I
scene.
did.
And I know Kelly will listen to this, and she's the one that goes in and goes to specific moments that we mentioned.
She does.
Yeah.
It's
at the
it's
timestamps.
good. It's good storytelling to have an extra layer unfold about your killer as the movie goes on. If he's just a nameless animal killing like a crocodile or something, that makes it less human.
I don't know.
It's-
I'd put Piranha above this movie.
It's its own kind of terrifying to have a killer without a motive, something that kills just for fun.
That is
because
true.
It's something that we as human beings will never be able to understand unless you've got something just horribly wrong with you.
And the
That's-
way you can't get a grasp on their motives is almost
That's fine.
more horror-inducing.
Yeah.
That in some cases, I think
Horror
that's
inducing.
true. I liked how it took the human twist. He's Michael Myers. He's
Well,
He's
believe
Richard
it or not,
Ramirez.
guys, we're almost done with this movie.
I thought we would have much less to say about this movie since 40 minutes of it is non-dialogue.
Well, the swimming
There's
guy
nothing to say about that.
hears a scream, goes to investigate. He sees Morgan's dead, naked body. He hears a growl, so he runs away. He gets killed at the pool, and you get more history of how D.B. Cooper's plane crashed after a sudden upward movement of the tail of his plane. He falls out of the plane, shoots his parachute out, and he's now falling into Washington.
Woods.
And with that, the main guy that we thought was D.B. Cooper finally identifies himself
Well, not
as...
Where you thought.
I didn't
Well,
think it was D.B. Cooper.
Well, I thought it was D.B. Cooper for like the first 10 minutes while he just walks.
But you continue.
Our
calling him
protagonist.
D.B. Cooper.
That's true.
Our
Our
narrator.
protagonist finally identifies himself as Bernie Doyle, D.B. Cooper's accomplice. He served
twist.
under him in the Vietnam War.
Which we passed over this. This kid looks young
He
as
did,
hell.
yeah. There's no way
And
he
he
fought in
looks
Vietnam.
ripped, he looks healthy, not traumatized, coming back, and he's just on a
19-year-old.
hike. in
Does not
Washington.
suffer from PTSD.
And
He probably had a
he
good
just
time.
casually drops a
He had a great
throwaway
time.
line in the narration by Eric what?
Roberts.
Yeah.
Eric Roberts casually just throws away talking about the monster of Bigfoot. And he goes, nothing like the monsters I came to know in Vietnam.
So we're stealing quotes, I see.
Well, James forgot his notebook, so anytime he can recall a quote, I think it's
He has to.
appropriate.
It's
Yeah.
to slide
relative
out.
memory.
It's a good
Well,
twist.
I
anyway.
am actually
He's
with
there
you,
to
though,
help
Lucas.
D.B.
I do like this twist.
Anyway, DB parachutes into the
Looks
woods
like I'm on Lucas' side for once.
to parachute and meets Bernie after the plane goes down. And Bigfoot stumbles upon the last remaining college bro that got whacked by Bernie earlier. This
bro.
is Noel. The guy wakes up, and now we get a legit chase scene where he chases him through the woods. More shaky cam.
Not as intense. Nothing was as intense as that first shaky cam
But
shot.
Bigfoot finally catches up to Noel, kills him too, and now we see Bernie and DB Cooper face to face with Bigfoot in the woods. But Bigfoot runs off, escaping some bullets narrowly. And DB has Bernie run to go get the truck. He's like, give me the BB gun. I got this.
Yeah.
And so now we get the full-on DB
The
Cooper.
title sequence.
Yeah. Versus Bigfoot, where they just wrestle.
It was a boxing
grapple.
match, strike for strike. At
It was
least
more
for
like a
minute.
judo match for a while.
Yeah. And it was this man who's had one right hand coming through to kill all the rest of these college bros,
Yeah.
as Brandon put it, comes to the point of D.B. Cooper, who looks the least fit of every single character.
True.
Definitely
But
older.
he's a vet.
And just parachuted and robbed a place where
He's
you
a
would
vet.
imagine. He is a... But,
Refuses to take his aviators off.
yeah, and Bigfoot, pound for pound.
Yeah, Bigfoot
D.B.
made a
Cooper
mistake.
stays with Bigfoot.
Bigfoot made a mistake taking it to the ground. He should have made it a purely striking match.
If it wasn't for that rock, I'd like to think Bigfoot would have still won.
Because, yeah, Bigfoot's throwing him around until DB Cooper lands a right hook, kills Bigfoot.
I thought it was
His
an
head hits a
upkick.
rock.
He
Oh,
was
was
like,
it an
yeah.
uppercut?
Well,
he was
Like,
like
as he's falling.
he was like on the ground. It's an up kick that he got him.
He jawed
Wrapped
him,
around. Yeah,
oh.
with his foot.
rattled his brain.
Well,
Class
in the
job,
process, DB Cooper got bit by Bigfoot.
He did
And Bernie's
somehow.
like, hey, give me the money, man.
He did.
But he
Yeah.
watches, because Bernie was watching the whole fight, as DB Cooper starts to change into a Bigfoot, a vampire,
Another
a
twist.
Dracula.
Yeah, so then
This
D.B.
is-
Cooper becomes a Bigfoot.
So it's not verse, it's with D.B. Cooper with Bigfoot.
D.B.
Correct.
Cooper and
D.B. Cooper
then
is
And
or
Bigfoot.
and then
But he's, the whole time he's changing into a Bigfoot. He's like, hey, give me the fucking money, man. But eventually he's like, I gotta get out of here. So he runs away, and eventually you get one last forest shot with a growl from the new Bigfoot. And you get, it's basically the end, but we get all the actors twice in the credits,
yeah. they
which is the
Very funny
same
when-
as what happened with a
And
talking
very
cat.
funny when Bigfoot comes around the corner like it's a sitcom. He's like, "Who is it? It's Bigfoot."
It's me!
Full
Yeah.
House style. This
I'm
Yeah.
saying it as Bigfoot.
I wanted to mention it earlier. I thought the twist was going to be that, like,
And John Stamos as Bigfoot.
Before herpes.
I thought the twist was gonna be that Bernie was dressing up as Bigfoot and killing everybody to take care of their spot for
Oh.
DB Cooper, and then they both see Bigfoot and they're like, "What was that?" And then my other thought was like, wouldn't it be funny if like DB Cooper bit somebody and they turned into DB Cooper?
There you go.
Yeah,
Well,
That would
but
be
that's
great.
the end of the movie.
it's the end of the movie,
We gotta take a break.
These claps are
which
undeserved.
means we can get into some cores, but we'll take a quick break. How about Twee?
Gadoosh.
Bitch.
I have to pee so bad.
I have to pee so bad.
Well, you guys go pee then.
Okay.
Why don't you have to pee?
You said you need.
I need a lot of things.
All of us.
Together.
Lukas isn't even drinking either. He's not drinking natural diuretics.
How you enjoying yourself, James?
Absolutely. And so how do you guys do this? You just cut this part out of the microphone?
Yeah, so we've stopped recording entirely.
Oh.
Yeah, and then when we come back,
How about we talk this much about this movie? It's 20 minutes worth of dialogue.
I thought this was going to be one of our shorter episodes, to be honest.
And we all started teabagging each other.
Yeah, and that really gets in the way.
The teabagging took the report.
Elongate that.
Okay.
He's up for it. I always forget that the recording is going for these.
Yeah, of course. We're all like, I gotta fucking pee.
Yeah, this is the part where we get really racist and start saying a bunch of slurs. We think we're not
We
on
say
air
the
anymore. Yeah. But in all actuality, we're going straight to YouTube.
Did you hear Marina scream upstairs?
I did. We looked at each other. Well, you were looking upstairs.
We've looked at each other a lot. You can't just say, well, we've looked at each other.
When that moment happened, we looked at each other.
Oh my
That's literally
god.
what I meant.
Oh, your video went out again.
Yeah. It's fine.
There you go.
How the hell did you do that?
I just did it.
How?
By whipping my dick out.
Yeah, make sure
There's Lukas.
I had to
make sure
pee
you guys
so
put it
bad.
into the YouTube around now.
So you can hear us all pissed.
Can you hear Lukas pissing on the YouTube recording of the bracket?
Yes,
Nice.
but not on the podcast itself.
I gotta pee too.
We all have to pee.
It was
Now
time.
it's my turn.
Drank
I think
3
I have-
beers with no food.
Let's see how many quotes I have. 1, 2,
James, did you see my office?
3,
I casually saw it.
4, 5.
Pretty nice setup. I'm still more obsessed with the bearded dragon. What was his name again?
Theodore.
Theodore. That's great.
He's kind of an asshole.
He made solid eye contact with me
He's-
and acknowledged everything I said.
He's a big motherfucker.
He is. That's the biggest bearded dragon I've ever seen.
That's what a lot of people have said, and we're like, oh, he's normal. But a lot of people are saying like he's big, he's tanky.
I'd probably, if I've seen double digits, it's very low double digits of bearded dragons. Absolutely,
he's
without
still
a
the
doubt,
biggest.
biggest.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Like I'd say the next biggest was probably half the size.
Jesus. He gets very angry if you try to interrupt him anytime he's around, like eating or whatnot.
Oh, who does it? Try to talk to me while I got a burger halfway
I'm
in my
trying
mouth.
to, I'm trying
shoo
to,
you away.
I'm trying to pick you up as you're at Texas Roadhouse eating a steak. It's
That's
like,
how you get
James,
punched.
you got some Dunkaroos? Oh fuck, he's got
I
some
haven't seen those in at least a decade.
What, these are just like Ritz Cracker things.
I
I
can't
mean-
hear you at all. Are you talking?
There's a brand name which is Dunkaroos, where it's the stupid little like sticks where you dip it into that cheese.
Oh, yeah.
So you're basically eating Dunkaroos.
Remember Fun Dip?
Fun Dip was awesome.
I love
Fun
Fun
Dip's
Dip.
great.
I never really liked the popsicle part. I just drink the sugar.
Oh, I like the popsicle part more than the sugar.
And now I rarely drink sugar. Powerade Zero, all my energy drinks are zero sugar. I overdid it because I drink that shit straight.
James, did you win fantasy football or did Tyler?
Versus you guys, I won. And then I was in 3 paid leagues. Last place in one, second to last in the other, and damn near the bottom of the like. The only one I didn't buy my way into is the one I won. And I did my research. I have another notebook. I mean, obviously I didn't bring any notebook, but I have another notebook that's literally probably like 15 pages of notes of the upcoming fantasy draft. And I'm trying to think of situations. If they pick this guy first round, I'm going to pick this guy, you know? And I got easily 200 names just going down this list. I win the free league. I lose badly. Not even close. The 3 paid leagues I paid my
Well, that's how it is. So Lukas and I are in a dynasty league that's been going on for 7 years, where like every year we keep the same team, but we draft a new person.
Oh god.
Lucas gets a whiteboard with every rookie coming up and how to draft. He's in rebuild mode.
I've been in rebuild mode, yeah.
I can't.
But I'm getting Bijan Robinson. You can't hear me, Brandon. They can't hear me.
I can hear him from your headphones. Our headphones aren't working anymore.
Brandon, they can't hear me.
Seth's fixing it.
Brandon, they can't hear me.
Can
you hear me now?
No.
I have the first overall pick. Bijan Robinson is going to be my selection, regardless of where he goes.
Bijan
He's supposed to be. Should I leave and come back?
What? No. What school is he out of?
Texas.
That's what I thought. What happened in between? You guys make sure that your cords to the headphones are plugged in up top.
Yeah, I was just checking that. I don't know. Hello?
Hello?
Nope, I still only hear his voice casually come from Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh, he left. He didn't even ask this time. He was like, fucking, I'm out.
I'm done.
Now can you hear me?
Yes. What if I turn on my mic?
Hello. Maybe
Hello.
you guys have to leave and join back in. Maybe
Make sure
they have
that's
to
all
leave
the
the
way up.
Skype.
Yep. I don't know what would have changed in between.
Maybe they have to leave the Skype. Now I can't hear anything because he's muted. Did you guys just mute me? Was I just muted?
Can you hear him now?
Say so?
Can you hear me now?
No.
What the fuck happened?
Brandon, unmute yourself.
What if I unmute myself?
Lukas, talk.
Now can you hear me?
I can't even hear Brandon on this thing.
What?
Yeah, I can't either.
Is it the headphones? No, because we just heard that sound when we hung up.
Now it'll work. I know it.
They didn't respond to you talking, Lukas.
Their headphones must be not plugged in correctly. Maybe they need to jangle it.
What if I leave and restart a new video?
Okay.
Is that gonna fuck up editing?
Not
Oh
the
well.
video. I just published 2 of them.
Okay, then text me. Because you're muted right now too.
Seth left completely. He's rejoining.
Google? Chrome?
Safari.
Bitch.
You fool. That's the default on Apple. Pasta visual. You'll order the pasta fagioli like everyone else.
Pasta.
Wait,
Then like
Lucas
some
left too. It's
sausage.
only me? What the fuck is this YouTube?
I'm so lonely.
I
can
hear
myself.
Now mute. Wait, I'm gonna mute. Wait, you guys talk.
Are there 2 skeevies in here?
Oh, there's 2 skeevies.
Can you guys hear yourself?
Yes.
Oh, I can hear myself just a wee bit.
Now you can't.
Now I can't.
Where's Lucas? Is he
We're gonna
skeevy?
wait for Lucas. There's 2 skeevies now. Skeevy and McPeevy.
Billy on the street.
I love Billy.
Name a woman.
Man for $1.
Angeline Jolie.
Nice. You did it.
Mangeline.
Angelina.
Mangelina Jolie.
Tangerine Jolie.
Tangerina Jelena.
She's kind of orange with the spray tan.
What are we saying right now? Where is Lukas?
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
What does a robot do after he has sex?
Zorb Torbs.
No.
Nuts and bolts.
Nice.
Why have they never
That's
sold
better than Zorb Torbs.
Why have they never sold a pregnant Barbie?
Because she has, bro.
Because Ken always came in a different box.
Damn. Miner's pretty good,
That
though.
wasn't bad for.
But where's Lukas?
I think he died for real this time.
Shit.
Hey, Lucas, where are you? We're looking too far now.
James doesn't know what to do because his alpha is gone.
I'm going to be the new alpha.
Well,
Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Oh, I should. Remember when we were drunk and laying on the floor looking at all the movies and I showed you Captain Phillips?
he spoiled the end of that movie for me.
Yeah. Lukas has texted me the link, so he's out.